They have cum all over them.
Yes.
Here we are. Hello.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
We're back again, unfortunately.
Hello. This is Breakroom. This is Breakroom Bullshit right here. That's what this is. This is our 12th episode.
Is it 12?
Yeah.
No
it's 12.
way. Shut up.
I'm here with the cable guy who arrives between 1 and 8. Here with Larry the cable guy.
Well, you know I'm only allowed to drive 55 miles an hour.
That's pretty dumb.
That's the rule.
It took you a long time to get here. You said you were on the highway like a half hour ago.
Yeah, I was about to get on the highway a half hour ago.
I guess.
Yeah. There's all that construction on the way to your house. What the fuck's that all about? That's annoying.
Yeah, but you can just drive through it. It's not like you have to stop or anything.
I guess.
What's our Twitter?
At Breakroom BS 1.
You did it.
Yeah, it's a test
every week. I guess we should have covered that too.
It's a test every week.
It is. And then our SoundCloud is Breakroom BS is the page, and Breakroom Bullshit is what you can search for the show and stream and download it.
Yeah, if this is your first time listening, comment. Go comment right now. I'm gonna tell them right now to go comment on our SoundCloud, which is the page Breakroom BS. That's the name of the page, and stream and download it. Go comment right now.
Dude, we had a comment on one of ours recently.
No, we didn't.
The Doctor Strange one. Someone was like, "Nice one."
I didn't get notified.
Okay.
You got notified?
I mean, I clicked on notifications.
I didn't get. Okay, maybe because you acknowledged it didn't notify me.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was exciting. You know, we've had one download of every single one of our shows once.
Is it Brooke?
Might have been
Brooks.
Ooh, he's gonna hurt you.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
You called him Brooke. He's gonna punch you in the face. He's gonna punch you in the gullet. Right in the gullet. We have a lot of news to go through this week. Look at this.
That's a big stack of shit.
Well, it's been like 50 weeks since we recorded.
Since we actually did like a regular episode.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's do it.
The first, 6 articles are all casting for Defenders.
I'm not even that excited about I'm not that excited about it.
Defenders is going to be great.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Daredevil's not that great in my opinion. And I mean it's okay.
I mean, the second half of the second
season
season was lame. The rest was good. The third season could be great.
Dude,
You can't say Daredevil's not that good.
I watched what I was told going to be the best episode ever, and that was the one where spoiler alert, where Punisher kills all those people in the fucking jail cell. And I watched it and I was like, that's pretty cool. And then I continued to just get bored with it though.
It wasn't the best episode ever at all.
Okay, so I was
In
lied to.
my opinion, I don't think it was. I think if you're going to look at a best episode ever, you're going to look at
something from the first season.
The first season or earlier in the second season.
I just can't. I can't continue to stay into it. Like I can go on like a 2-episode spurt and then I get bored.
Yeah, but here's the thing: the second half of the season may suck, but the third season could be great. Just because a show has one bad half season doesn't make the show bad.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
So you gotta wait and see if it redeems itself. I mean, if it continues to suck, then that's really unfortunate.
The way I look at it, though, is when I'm sitting there and I'm like watching it, I'm like, I could be watching something that I really like right now, but I feel like I'm forcing myself to watch this.
Didn't you like Jessica Jones?
Yeah.
And then you like Luke Cage?
I didn't watch Luke Cage yet.
So you like Jessica Jones, you like half of Daredevil, you might like Luke Cage. I think the Defenders could be pretty great.
I didn't think the first season... I mean, I'm not saying the first season of Daredevil was real bad, but...
I think the first season of Daredevil was great.
I thought it was okay.
I thought it was better than okay.
Yeah, I have a dumb opinion, though. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
I mean, maybe I got so used to these fucking Marvel movies that that's just what, I want. I don't know.
A lot of this casting is kind of obvious shit, but I'm just going to go through and just read all the people. I'm not doing, okay, because they kept, every day or two, they release casting news, and it's been, 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So it kept happening.
This one already looks obvious as fuck.
Yeah, obviously Elodie Young's going to be back as Elektra, because that stupid fucking dumbass story arc with her and how it ended being the dildo or whatever she was for the hand, the weapon. I don't remember.
The fist?
Yeah, the fist, something like that. Here we got, who else? So we got, obviously, Foggy's going to be back, obviously, Eldon Henson.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Ika Darville is going to be back as Malcolm from Jessica Jones. I
liked his character.
Yeah,
although he seemed like above the role. Really? Oh, you didn't like? Yeah, you said you didn't watch that yet.
Carrie-Anne Moss is also going to be in it from Jessica Jones. She was Jerry Hogarth. Obviously, Deborah Ann Hall is going to be there. Who was what's her face?
Karen.
Yeah, Karen Page, and then Simone Missick as Misty Knight is going to be in it. So,
dude, I guess she's in Misty Knights and Luke Cage then.
I guess.
I didn't know that. That's news to me. I haven't watched it yet, though.
Jessica Henwick, who plays Colleen Wing in Iron Fist, which hasn't even aired yet, will be in it. So apparently, she might be an important character. I don't know. You know who that is? Colleen Wing in the Iron Fist. You know anything about Iron Fist?
Was she in Backdoor Sluts 9?
Yes. And then Scott Glenn, Rachel Taylor, and Rosario Dawson will all be in it. Rachel Taylor was Trish Walker in Jessica Jones. Scott Glenn was Stick from Daredevil, the old annoying guy.
Dude, he annoys me.
He's a stupid fucking character that makes no fucking sense.
I mean, he's in the comics, so like I understand that like they want to stick to the comics as much as possible, but you can kind of like skim over like that boring guy.
Like basically any story line or arc that involved him in Daredevil was dumb.
I agree.
It was just stupid.
I agree. I didn't even finish the second season yet.
Of Daredevil?
Yeah.
Oh man, when you get to the end of the second season, I'm like, this is the culmination of retardedness.
Yeah, dude. I like I was saying, like the last episode I watched was that one that was built up for me to be real good. Everyone kept telling me it'd be real good, and I watched it, and then I was just like, I'm gonna go watch something else now.
Now, have we talked on here about what we're doing with our Netflix shows? Because we're gonna do epic special episodes for like 3 or 4 episodes at a time.
Okay.
We're gonna review them. That's another reason I didn't start watching Jessica Jones yet, because when I watch Jessica Jones, I'm going to take notes as I'm watching them, so I don't have to watch them again. Because I got to rewatch all of Daredevil.
Dude, I've been hardcore grinding the DC the DC shows on CW. I've been knocking those out left and right.
Look at you, you're special.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
very proud of you. I'm really annoyed that the Daredevil Blu-ray that came out has nothing on it, no extra features at all.
Really? That's really dumb.
It's fucking
There's
stupid.
no incentive to buy it.
You could just watch it on Netflix.
Yeah, no incentive. It's not like Netflix is going to lose the rights to show it anytime soon.
They might.
I mean, it's a Netflix original. I don't think that's how that works.
It could.
I hate you.
You don't know anything.
I hate you.
There's a bunch of casting going on for Punisher. Let's see if you know who any of these characters are from Punisher.
I haven't read very much Punisher. I read Punisher, the new Punisher #1 this week.
Oh, cool. So, you know a lot about Punisher then.
Yeah.
Okay, Daniel Weber is going to be playing Lewis Walcott, who's a young veteran who has had a difficult time re-assimilating into civilian society. You know who that is?
No.
Jason R. Moore is going to be Curtis Hoyle, a friend of Frank Castle's.
Is he that Chip guy everyone's talking about?
Maybe Chip Durker.
I don't know.
Paul Scholes as Rollins, a high-ranking member of the CIA.
Seth Rollins.
Yes. Seth Rollins is all right now. Whose operations in Afghanistan intersect with Frank Castle. Jamie Ray Newman plays Sarah Lieberman, Micro's wife, whose marriage has made her life far more complicated. That was dumb. And Michael Nathanson as Sam Stein, a Homeland agent who is challenged by his partnership with Deanna. So these are always, they're doing a lot of, they're just casting for Punisher, but aren't they already filming it? I know for a fact they're already filming it.
Yeah, we saw pictures already.
I guess they clearly weren't filming scenes with any of these characters, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't even have that casted. Here, let's get into some more Marvel news. Michael Keaton confirmed as the Vulture in Spider-Man Homecoming.
That shoots down my theory.
And
what's the source?
Gable's wrong once again. It's not a very reliable one, it's just Kevin Feige.
That's a pretty good source.
Yeah. Well, when I was looking, I was like, well, let's see who said it. Maybe, okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's upset. Dude, I would have loved to see fucking Keaton as an overarching villain in the Marvel universe. Yeah. How great would that have been? Yeah. Keaton as an overarching villain.
Yeah. Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige has confirmed to the Toronto Sun that Michael Keaton will play the villain, the Vulture. So.
Maybe he's being misquoted. How do you say it?
He said Michael Keaton will play someone and the Vulture's in the movie. So maybe you're right. Because he just said he's going to play someone, and then he said the Vulture's in the movie. He didn't say he's playing the Vulture. I made all that up. It says he's playing the Vulture. God, you suck.
Why do you do this to me?
Here's some more Spider-Man Homecoming news, though. Tom Holland reveals 6-film contract for Spider-Man. Speaking with the Hollywood Reporter, Spider-Man himself, Tom Holland, was asked about his deal for playing the wall crawler,
collard greens.
He's calling walls collard greens, that too, and replied, "They give you options, and those could be exercised whenever, like a cameo in Avengers. I'm unclear as to which movies, though. I do know I have 3 Spider-Man movies and 3 solo movies contracted." That doesn't. I don't understand what that means. How's that not the same thing?
3 Spider-Man movies
and 3 solo movies. That doesn't make sense. I don't get that.
I'm assuming what it. The only thing I could assume it means is. I don't know.
That's it. It doesn't make sense.
He just said the wrong thing, and it was supposed to mean that he meant 3 Avengers movies and 3 solo movies.
Maybe.
So we're getting at least a trilogy out of him. So that's pretty cool. How long do you think that it's going to take them to knock 3 movies out?
I think 1 every couple of years. So,
because Thor's taken a long time to finish a trilogy.
When did that one? When was the first one?
First one came out in the Phase 1, and I think immediately after Phase 1 ended was the second Thor.
So what was that? 2009, 2010? Because I know Iron Man was 2008.
And I see when Dark World came out.
Man, it doesn't seem. We're talking about the first one here.
Well, I mean, we're talking about both of them.
Well, I don't care about the second one. I just know how long it took them to do the trilogy. So you're going to take forever doing this. I'm going to finish reading this. But if you have another movie, Marvel is so good at working around
2011, huh?
For what? The first Thor?
Yeah.
Alright, so
that doesn't seem right.
It took, 6 years then?
Yeah, I guess so.
So, every 2 years.
It felt longer, didn't it?
What?
Wouldn't you agree it felt longer? I don't know.
I don't know. Marvel's so good.
You don't have to be a douche.
Right, I'm gonna read this.
You don't have to be a douche.
I'm gonna read this now. If you have another movie, Marvel's so good at working around it. They're very respectful of your life, really. They understand that you have to work on other movies, and they try and fix it up so you can work around each other. I mean, I guess. I think Marvel's a bunch of assholes.
You mean Disney? I guess Disney would really be the culprits, wouldn't they?
Not really. And they own it, but they're letting Marvel run it and do their own thing. It's done by Marvel Studios.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious how much how much they dabble in their movies, because we already know how much DC dabbles in their movies.
Probably not much. It seems like Disney's smart and they buy something and let them just keep making money by leaving it alone.
Just make sure it's not too adultish. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Hollywood Reporter also spoke with Zendaya, who plays the role of Michelle in the film, a character rumored to be none other than Mary Jane Watson. Though she and Marvel Studios have denied the report, the outlet took it a step further by asking if her character was romantically involved with Peter Parker.
Wasn't there a character when we did the...
Yeah, I don't remember.
The leak review named Liz Allen? Does that sound familiar?
I think so.
Okay, I'll come back to that later then.
She says, "No, my character is not romantic. My character is very dry, awkward, and intellectual, and because she's so smart, she just feels like she doesn't need to talk to people. Like my brain is so far ahead of you that you're just not really on my level. So she comes off very weird. But to me, she is very cool because she's deep. She's always thinking about something, always reading, and I like that. I feel like she's taking this character and making it more important than it is, because no one cares.
I 100% agree.
No one cares about what the fuck your character's thinking. No. Really, you're really just taking it too far. No one cares. No one cares.
She could watch her end up being the main character and being really.
Tom Holland's the supporting actor.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's the side guy.
Can't wait for Zendaya the sequel. Oh no, that's the actress's name, huh?
Oh, there's still so much.
Let's do it.
Okay, Tim Miller exits Deadpool 2. That's old news now, but Deadline's reporting that 20th Century Fox's sequel has lost director Tim Miller. According to the trade, the split was over creative differences between Miller and Reynolds. We talk about this a lot, off air.
Hey, yeah, off mic. And, I was really nervous at first, wasn't I?
You were, but I was just I don't care. Ryan Reynolds is the one that matters.
Yeah.
He's just a director.
You're right. So, Dave talked me off the ledge.
I mean, they can, as long as they get someone who's decent as a director, I think they'll be fine. I also, it's not on here, but I also heard that I guess the guy that does the score left.
Really?
Too, yeah.
I
guess he also left. So, but who cares about that? Here's a bunch of stuff. Fox already planning Deadpool 3 featuring X-Force.
Yeah, that's exciting.
20th Century Fox is already making plans for a third film starring the Merc with a Mouth. It would feature the X-Men spin-off team X-Force. As final negotiations for a new director on Deadpool 2 carry on, THR reports the studio is already looking for a filmmaker to helm the third entry. Other members of X-Force are set to appear in the sequel, Gable and Domino, and this could mean that a solo X-Force film that has been in development will be absorbed by Deadpool 3 instead. So they were talking about doing an X-Force movie, so they might just get rid of that and just do this.
So Deadpool 3. Yeah. They should basically get rid of all the X-Men movies and just make them Deadpool movies.
THR notes that the reset button has been pressed on the flagship X-Men movies, with writer-producer Simon Kinberg working on a new script for the next film.
Bryan Singer's leaving, that's all that matters.
I mean, okay, so the reset button has been pressed. Now, we would assume that means it's being rebooted or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, this doesn't make sense.
I have a theory.
The outlet reports Fox is optimistic at the return of Lawrence, Fassbender, and McAvoy. Why are they coming back if they're rebooting it? That's fucking retarded.
I'm okay with some of the actors returning.
No, why?
I like the actors.
It's not a reboot if you have the same fucking actors in it. They're playing the same characters.
They're just resetting the canon, basically.
Yeah, so basically you're watching and you're supposed to forget everything that character and that actor have already done. It's the same actor playing it. If you're going to start over...
Yeah, you're going to confuse a lot of people.
That's what I'm saying. That's retarded.
I mean, I agree with you. Am I personally able to get past that and enjoy it? Yes, but if you're in charge of a studio and you're trying to put out a movie that's going to make money, if people are going to come to this and be like, why the fuck is this guy doing this if he did this in the other movie, people are going to be confused as fuck and not come back to see the next movie.
It doesn't make sense. It's like if you reboot X-Files... They have different actors playing Mulder and Scully, but then they have David Duchovny playing Mulder. I'm like, all right. So everything that David Duchovny as Mulder did, it happened, it didn't happen. It's all dumb. Don't you have a coffee?
Yeah, but I can't fucking get this shit out of my throat.
Get a cup out of the drain board and then just get the water out of the fridge.
Is that what these are called?
What?
I haven't had a name for these. The drain board?
Yeah, I can't understand. You're talking like you have a cock in your throat.
Yeah, I don't like it.
What did you ever call it?
I don't know, the thing by the sink.
It's called a drain board, dude.
I like that.
Well, you're a fool.
I'm gonna steal that.
So I'm really annoyed that they're gonna have the same actors in the reboot. That's fucking stupid. Finally, they reveal the status of two other X-Men spin-off films, Gambit and the New Mutants.
They're finally getting around to Gambit?
The Channing Tatum vehicle has been delayed for some time following the departure of the director Doug Liman. Channing Tatum is going to play Gambit?
Yeah. He was announced for Gambit like 2 years ago, whenever they announced the movie initially, and then canceled it recently.
Alright.
I guess it really wasn't that recent. They canceled
it. Is this possible that the movie could still happen should a new filmmaker be hired? I guess it's not looking too good right now. The New Mutants appears the most optimistic, though, as the site notes director Josh Boone could begin filming the project as early as this spring.
Boone.
Yeah.
Glorious! Wait, is that the right one?
Rude.
Damn it!
You fucked up.
Oh, no.
You fucked up. This is also some old news. 20th Century Fox has confirmed X-23 is in the Logan movie.
Yeah, whenever I saw the trailer and saw the girl... Whenever I saw the hand for the first time, I was like, that's probably going to be... In the poster, I mean.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me.
Yeah, I figured that was going to be X-23, and I figured it'd be in some form of a reboot with the X-Men. I didn't think they'd actually end up doing a fucking reboot. God damn. So how do you think that's going to work out? Do you think they're going to have like just one X-Men movie that'll like restart everything? Or do you think it's going to just be like, okay, here's the new movie, this doesn't take place in the other stuff?
The two things you just said sound the same to me.
Okay, so when you go into this next X-Men movie, is it just going to automatically be pre-assumed by the viewer that it's been rebooted? Or is there going to be an event that takes place that resets everything?
Well, they already did that, didn't they? In fucking Days of Future Past.
Yeah, well, now they have to do another one.
I think they're just going to tell everyone they're starting over.
I have a theory. In Deadpool 2,
Here we
Gable.
go.
Cable's a time traveler, dude.
Okay.
He goes to different timelines and shit. Why can't he just bring Deadpool and all of them to a different timeline?
I guess you could do that.
I think that it's a possibility, don't you think?
I guess. I think it's a really bad possibility and it's not going to happen. I'm kidding. I'm just saying that.
That happens to all my things. All my.
Have you ever been right?
No, I'm never right. Dude, I would have fucking loved to see Michael Keaton as an overarching villain as fucking,
Arching.
What'd I say?
Arching.
Oh.
Archie Bunker. An overarching bunker. A racist old man on his couch.
Yeah, I would have loved to see him as Osborn.
20th Century Fox finally brings official confirmation today with a new Instagram post showing off actress Daphne Keane as Laura. Laura Kinney, as Marvel fans are well aware, is the name that X-23 later took.
Yeah.
What if, it's just not even her? It's just a different Laura.
That'd be
really funny.
Some other Laura.
Yeah, that'd be really funny. Here's a movie that's been having some issues. Dope director Rick Famuyiwa has exited Warner Brothers' upcoming The Flash movie, citing creative differences. That's really the word to go to, or the phrase to go to.
Yeah.
Famuyiwa boarded the project in June of this year, following the departure of Seth Grahame-Smith from the project in April, and now he's gone too.
Yeah, and they also lost those two co-directors from the initial thing, who went to Rogue One, I think.
Oh, really?
That's the same directors, I think.
Oh, I don't know.
God damn it, Dave.
I don't listen to your crap.
Do you think it's an issue where DC is trying to do something that clearly the directors do not like to do, or do you think that this is just they're picking stubborn people?
I think that Batman vs. Superman and the Suicide Squad were so poorly received by fans, they're getting directors that want to make it better, and they're getting mad and they're firing them.
Okay, so basically, wait, so they're firing these people. They're not leaving their own free will.
I think they're making them quit because they're like, you're not doing it this way, you're doing it this way.
Well,
the directors are like, this is dumb.
I'm pretty sure they picked them up after Suicide Squad and whatnot.
Yeah, and they're probably like, hey, you want to do The Flash? And he's like, fuck yeah, I want to do The Flash. And they're like, well, this is what you got to do. He's like, that's pretty dumb. Can we do this? And they're like, no. And he's like, all right, bye.
Yeah.
That's probably what happens.
Yeah. Do you think that there's one specific thing that they're really trying to do? That they keep losing people
It's
on?
not making it better. So
it's not. I mean, something's happening.
Like,
Something's happening
whenever
there.
your movies suck, why don't you just give the director a chance? Maybe The Flash will be the first good one.
Yeah.
Let him do what he wants.
How do you think Wonder Woman's going to end up doing?
Why are you whispering? Are you like...
Why do you think... How do you think Wonder Woman's going to end up doing?
No, it's just weird that you were talking normally. You're like, wait, how do you think Wonder Woman's going to do? Like you was like a secret.
I was excited for your answer. That's
really?
What that was.
How do I think it's gonna do?
Now you're a dick.
I think it's gonna do great because it's the first female.
But do you think it's going to be good though?
No.
No.
It looks stupid.
The first trailer looked good. The second one looked very meh.
I think the first trailer looked meh, and the second trailer looked worse.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for it.
I'm not really that excited for it.
But then again, I was really excited for Suicide Squad, and they shit all over that, maybe.
Man, I wish we could go back in time and, whenever you're so excited and talking about how Grace comes down, I'm like, Gable, what's going to be the worst thing? Actually, I did say that. Never mind.
You probably did.
Yeah, I did. I told you it was going to suck over and over again.
Well, you tell me that about everything. You tell me that about Pacific Rim as well.
Yeah, that movie's terrible. So
you haven't fucking seen it. Fuck you.
So guess what? There have been 3 pillars for Indiana Jones franchise since the series began in 1981. Harrison Ford, Steven Spielberg, and George Lucas. Now, however, one of the pillars will be missing, as George Lucas is going to have nothing to do with Indiana Jones 5.
That's upsetting.
I guess.
Why is he leaving? Oh, I guess that's a Disney property, right?
Yeah, he's not involved to my knowledge. I've had no contact with him, says the writer.
He doesn't have good ties with Disney right now, correct?
I mean, I don't know why not. I mean, I don't know anything that's happened that would cause that.
I thought there was something that they did in the new Star Wars that they that he didn't want to do or something.
I didn't hear about that.
I can't remember exactly what it was. It was an issue. I think it was an issue whenever he was consulting on set. I can't.
Really?
I'd have to look it up another time.
Here, let me make a note of this. Here, start reading this one. I'm gonna make a note in here.
Some sort of
address on the next one.
On-set controversy. Okay, now I'm going to stutter through this next one. Brian Fuller will no longer...
This is the one I care about the most, so I'm glad I gave you that one to do.
Good. You want to set it aside?
No, you can do that. I was just kidding you.
Oh. Brian Fuller will no longer serve as the Star Trek Discovery showrunner, but he's still at the helm.
Now, let me just say, first of all, I'm kind of annoyed because people were telling me Brian Fuller's not doing it anymore. I was like, are you serious? And I was really upset. That's not the case at all. He's still doing the show. But go on.
Let's see. Former Star Trek Discovery showrunner Brian Fuller is stepping back from the role. Fuller fans need no fret. However, dude, I'm getting that fucking dick in my throat again.
Let me take over. I'm done.
Yeah, here. It's right there.
It says Ash vs. Evil Dead behind him.
Yeah, I kept looking at that.
Star Trek Discovery showrunner Brian Fuller is stepping back from the role. Fuller fans need not fret, however, as it sounds like Star Trek Discovery is still very much Fuller's ship. However, due to his commitments to both Starz American Gods and NBC's Amazing Stories reboot, Fuller will step away from Star Trek Discovery's showrunner role. He remains aboard as executive producer, however, and the series is moving forward based on his original plans. Update. Fuller chimed in on Twitter with an update that suggests Berg and Harberts will both be sharing the captain's chair as the showrunners.
Harbertsburg.
I don't know who they are.
No.
But here's the thing.
I don't know who any of these people you're talking about are.
Doesn't it seem weird that, like, Brian Fuller signs on to be showrunner of Star Trek Discovery, and then he's like, oh, wait, I'm making other shows, too. I don't have time all of a sudden. Like,
yeah.
How do you not realize that you're doing 3 fucking shows you don't have time?
Dude, I really wish they'd be putting this on TV.
I think this is a smokescreen for, like, another reason why you had to step down, but they're not saying it.
Probably.
I bet that's what it is.
Dude, 9 times out of 10, it always is.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It kind of sucks. It's like, well, you can watch the first episode at least.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's irritating.
Okay.
Sounds like they're doing some grinding out.
Jesus is back in first look at John Turturro's Going Places.
The second coming. It's because Trump got elected.
Yeah. Back in August, it was reported that John Turturro's remake of Going Places, a 1974 French film starring Gerard Depardieu, Sean Moreau, and Isabelle Huppert, might actually be a Big Lebowski spin-off. Now the release of the first image has proven those rumors true, as Jesus Quintana is back on the lanes and still pervy as ever.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah. I mean, they have nothing to do with it, though, but the rest of their movies suck anyway, so I don't care. John Turturro plays... This is what scares me the most. What if they do a Big Lebowski sequel and I hate it?
Yeah.
That would be really upsetting.
Let's hear more.
John Turturro plays Jesus Quintana in Going Places, a film about a trio of misfits whose irreverent, sexually charged dynamic evolves into a surprising love story as their spontaneous and flippant attitude towards the past or future backfires time and again. I don't know what any of that means. Even as they inadvertently perform good deeds. When they make enemies with a gun-toting hairdresser, their journey becomes one of constant escape from the law, from society, and from the hairdresser.
Who's directing this?
John Turturro, I think.
Okay, cool.
All while the bonds of their outsider family strengthen. I think he is. Actually, fuck. You know what's really funny?
I think we looked this up. I think you're right.
On the second page, there was one beginning, like 8 words that said what he was doing. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'll just get rid of it. And of course you asked. I'm pretty sure he's writer-director.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I think you're accurate.
Yeah. Edge of Tomorrow 2 is a sequel and a prequel.
I didn't watch the first one. I
liked it a lot.
Good things about it.
I liked it. That's interesting, a sequel and a prequel at the same time.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, I think I heard them talk about this on another podcast. I'm ready. Let's go.
Edge of Tomorrow director Doug Liman has spoke to Collider about how Edge of Tomorrow 2, which he will return to direct, is not only a sequel, but also a prequel to the 2014 original. That is the only sequel that I'm considering doing. It's because, first of all, the story is so amazing, much better than the original film, and I loved the original film. And second of all, it's a sequel that's a prequel. He gave us no further insight.
Did you see this statement he made down here?
It's going to revolutionize how people will make sequels. It really will. Now, let's remember that. Let's cement this in our brains right now. It's going to revolutionize how people will make sequels. When we watch this movie, I guarantee you it doesn't do that.
Dude, that's what they were saying on the podcast. It's just all of the other podcasts. It's all just a bunch of hype.
Dude, you know how many times there's been a video game that's come out, like Mass Effect was the culprit of this, where they say, this is going to revolutionize the video game experience and like making it where your decisions have an effect on the outcome. There's so many things going to happen, blah, blah, blah. And you play it, it's like, meh. There's 3 different endings. Like, there's so many games that do that bullshit, and it's so fucked. They do it all the time in video games. All right, we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 more.
I'm having more frustrations with my favorite video game.
Oh. Pokemon Go?
Did I get to vent about that at any point, if we have time?
Yeah.
I'll save it for the end.
We'll make a note of that.
Do you have a pen?
No.
I can...
Go grab a pen from the kitchen.
You motherfucker.
Motherfucker! That's not nice. Olivia Munn joins Shane Black's The Predator. 20th Century Fox's new Predator movie has brought in Olivia Munn to join Boyd Holbrook. Munn will be playing a scientist opposite Holbrook's Special Forces commando. Now, remember reading before that this is going to take place in the suburbs?
Yes.
Update. Shane Black has reached out to Collider and told the site that Predator does not take place in the suburbs.
Do they even have a script done?
I don't know, but why?
They don't seem to know what they're doing.
Like, who's reporting stuff that's completely false?
I don't know. We'd have to go back and look and see who the source was.
That's stupid. Do you ever see Starship Troopers?
No.
I
saw Super Troopers.
I love Starship Troopers, dude. I fucking love that movie.
I really wish you guys could have seen the look Dave just gave me.
we should make it a retro Starship Troopers, but I'll be upset when you don't like it.
I'll watch Super Troopers by accident.
Starship Troopers reboot is in development at Columbia Pictures, and writers Mark Swift and Damian Shannon have been hired to pen the script. Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah.
They did Friday the 13th remake.
Oh, that's bad.
The remake. And they did Freddy vs. Jason, which was so
Dude,
silly.
I don't think I saw the Friday the 13th remake. The only remake I saw was Nightmare on Elm Street.
That movie sucked.
I didn't think it was that bad.
It was really fucking bad.
You didn't like it?
I hated it.
You didn't like it.
It was terrible.
You didn't like it.
And the Rorschach's portrayal of Freddy sucked.
You didn't like fucking Halloween either.
Okay, let's finish this and we're gonna get into something important here.
They're
also writing the Baywatch reboot. So clearly these guys are qualified for the Starship Troopers.
That doesn't make any sense.
But hopefully it's good. Okay.
They're completely different movies.
Almost every horror remake is a piece of shit. That's just how it is. Friday the 13th I fucking hated. Halloween I fucking hated. Nightmare on Elm Street I fucking hated. Amityville Horror I fucking hated.
What?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre I fucking hated.
What do they have to do
Dawn
to
of
make
the Dead
it good?
I fucking hated.
What do they have to do to make it good?
Write it better.
Gotcha.
Like when I'm watching Friday the 13th, why is... Okay, so you didn't see it.
No.
You said?
If you have it, we can watch it one day.
So there's a scene in the beginning where Jason is killing these people at a camp. This tends to happen in their movies.
No fucking way.
So there's this girl sitting on the ground, and he goes to run at her and swings the machete as hard as he can right at her, and it cuts away. I'm like, okay, well clearly she's dead. No, he just took her captive and has her held prisoner in fucking his underground lair or some bullshit.
That doesn't make sense.
I'm like, first of all, what did he do with the machete when he swung as hard as he could? Because he was clearly going right to her head, but she's alive. So what, did he change his mind and hit the ground to scare her?
Maybe he turned it sideways and gave her a little...
Like a love tap?
A little dap.
He was like...
dap on the head. Yeah, kind of like he got hit. She got hit with a spatula on the head.
And then he just has her tied up in the... I'm like, Jason doesn't just take hostages and play with, like, this isn't how it works. It just pissed me the fuck off. The movie is fucking terrible. I remember watching it with Brooks. Brooks will remember this. Mm-hmm. Pretty sure it was Brooks. I have a terrible memory. We're sitting in the theater watching it, and there's a scene where something's happening on a bus, and he's sitting there, and he says exactly what's going to happen right before it happens, and it happens. I'm like, this movie's terrible. He just sits there, and he says it, and it was really fucking funny. But, yeah, dude.
I'm looking over at your figures here. They need to make a movie that pretty much embodies those two statues there between Freddy and Jason.
You mean okay, that's from Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah, well, they need to make a better one.
There is a better one.
Is Freddy vs. Jason good? I haven't seen that either.
Freddy vs.
That's
Jason.
That's the only Freddy movie I never saw. Was Freddy vs. Jason.
It was alright. It wasn't that bad. It could have been a lot worse. Alright, here, come on.
I'm listening.
Voltron news.
Yes.
Universal Pictures is developing a live-action version of the hit animated series Voltron for the big screen. And they hired Watchmen screenwriter David Hayer to script the project. How do you feel about that?
David Ayer?
No, Hayer. H-A-Y-E-R.
Oh, okay, those are different people.
Yes.
That should be pretty good.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm interested in it. You haven't watched the Netflix series, but the Netflix series is pretty good for anyone who likes animated shows.
Pacific Rim sequel has a title.
Does it now?
John Boyega. This is an unnecessarily long article for one small thing. John Boyega has taken to Instagram to reveal cameras are officially rolling on the upcoming Pacific Rim sequel, while also confirming the title for the film. Long rumored, Boyega posted a photo of the script's cover page, confirming it will be Pacific Rim Maelstrom.
Maelstrom.
Like, who cares? I mean, is the title significant for anything?
Not from the first one that I can think of.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds cool, though.
Yeah, I guess.
It has a cool sounding name.
Fox has ordered 29th and 30th seasons for The Simpsons. Having The Simpsons renewed takes the long-running animated series to 669 episodes, the largest number of episodes for any scripted television show ever, breaking the record previously held by Gunsmoke.
I don't even know what fucking Gunsmoke is.
It's like the 70s, I think. Some Western.
I never even heard of it.
Yeah, dude. 30 seasons. That's insane.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of Simpsons, sir. And we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Just last week, we learned that Johnny Depp has joined the cast of the Fantastic Beasts sequel. Now we know, as many fans had already guessed, that Johnny Depp is Grindelwald.
I don't know. What the fuck is that? What the... Is that... That's an interesting porn star name.
I thought you would know.
Why? I don't fucking like Harry Potter that much.
Yates also confirmed that Dumbledore will be back in the sequel.
Great.
You know who Dumbledore is?
No.
Yeah, you do.
What's Grindelwald?
In the second movie, Dumbledore comes back. No, it's not going to be Michael Gambit. No, we need a younger Dumbledore.
I went to the doctor. The doctor told me I had some mold up in my Grindelwald.
He's like, you need to get your Grindelwald cleaned on a regular basis or you're going to develop an infection. Alright, there's more about this, but I don't care. Next one.
Yeah,
Last one.
It's not that exciting.
Walt Disney Studios...
I do like Johnny Depp, though.
Yeah, I do, too.
Yeah.
Walt Disney Studios and Pixar announced today that the release dates for the upcoming Incredibles 2 and Toy Story 4 are having a bit of a shuffle. The Incredibles...
today?
They didn't announce this today.
It was today?
It was October 26th.
Fuck, we're late.
Yeah. The Incredibles 2 will now arrive in theaters on June 15th, 2018. And Toy Story 4 will be June 21st, 2019. So Toy Story 4 is now a year later than initially was.
Does it worry you?
It doesn't worry me. It saddens me. It's 3 years away almost.
At least they're not rushing it and getting shit out of it, though.
Yeah, but at least they're rushing Incredibles 2 instead, because that was 2019 and now it's a year closer.
Why would they
basically switched dates?
Why would they? Okay.
They switched dates on them. That's what they did.
Maybe they're further along in one project than they are the other.
That's probably what it is. Brad Bird's going to return for Incredibles 2 as the writer and director. Those story details are under wraps. He has hinted that some of the elements in the script are connected to ideas that didn't make it into the original film. Which, I mean, I guess if you watch the original and listen to the commentary, they might discuss those things back in the day, so you might know what they're talking about. John Lasseter, director of the original Toy Story and Toy Story 2, will direct Toy Story 4. Which opens a new chapter in the lives of Woody, Buzz, and the Toy Story gang. The story was dreamt up by Lasseter, Andrew Stanton, and Peter Docter, and Lee Unkrich, all the driving forces behind Toy Story. It's being written by Rashida Jones and Will McCormack. I don't know who they are.
Rashida Jones was on, she was the...
Is that Jessica Jones' sister?
No, she was on Parks and Rec, and she was also on The Office for a little bit. She's an NBC... regular.
Well, she's writing the movie.
Yeah.
That's scary.
She was acting in those.
That's scary. Acting! Brooks, look at that.
I don't understand what the fuck you just did.
Acting! Alright, well, we're done with our news.
Glorious! I don't know the next line.
Till I'm victorious!
Victorious!
Alright. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with some comic stuff.
Suck my balls.
Yeah. Hey, here we are.
Hey, this is... Wait, dude, aren't we supposed to be quiet at the beginning of these? So...
I know what you're talking about.
So you can put in music?
Yeah. I'll fix it. I'll put it in the news.
You know how to?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I'll make it work.
You're good at this.
I'll be able to put it in there. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry your pretty little gay little head, you.
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna
silly little fuck.
End it all.
Finally. So now. So here we go. Let's do Gable's comic review.
We're gonna review 12 comics. 12 this week.
I specifically stopped so we could pause, but you just kept going.
Oh, for the music.
Yeah! You just got done saying we forgot to do it. And I'm like, alright, let's do it.
Wait, did we do one for music?
What's that?
Did we do one for music?
What does that mean, do one
or
for music?
Or do one for news?
We just went over this 10 seconds ago. We didn't, but I told you I know how to put it in. We just covered that. But yeah, anyway,
I misunderstood.
Here's Gable's comic review.
They were good.
Alright, here we go. Gable's comic review. So what are you doing this week?
Well, I have a whole bunch of things ranging from Spider-Man all the way down to fucking the new Punisher series.
A whole bunch of things? How do you have a whole bunch of things? Normally you just review one comic, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna just, instead of doing like 2 or 3 in-depth reviews, I'm just gonna hit up 12 ones and give like an overall, like, what I liked about it and what I didn't like about it. Yeah. I took no notes on any of these though, so this is gonna be all off the top of the dome. And Dave is terrified right now.
This is gonna be a disaster.
Like, this is gonna be so bad.
Oh,
Gable's gonna say so many times. He's gonna say the entire it's gonna be 5 minutes of him saying for each comic.
We're gonna have enough songs to add the music in about 50 more times.
I have a confession to make why I was late.
Why?
Because I had one comic I didn't read. And I read it.
I mean, that's why you were late?
Remember I said I'd be here at 10:30 and then I was like, I'm going to be a little late.
Why would you do that?
Because I wanted to have this all done for the show. Yes! And we're going to move on now. And Dave's looking at me again.
I hate you.
He hates me a lot. Alright. First one is Amazing Spider-Man number 12. And I have not been a fan of this Amazing Spider-Man series.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you review one of these before?
I probably. I don't fucking remember, man. I've read 11 of them before. Does that mean anything to you?
No.
They just got done with the fucking first arc. The first arc of this series was like 11 issues long. The whole first arc took. The villain was the Zodiac. Like there's like an organization called the Zodiac that they just finished that now, and I was so bored with that. I'm so glad it's done with. But
so does it get good finally?
No,
that's a shame.
Yeah, this issue Parker Industries had a fundraiser, and Tony Stark shows up with his new assistant that Peter finds out about. Is now Tony Stark's assistant is Mary Jane.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy, is she gonna be sucking Stark's cock a lot?
Maybe.
You think he's gonna skull fuck her, just like grab her head and just fucking fuck the shit out of her head?
That'd be interesting. It'd be really interesting. Dude, I'm sure you could find that on the internet somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure. It's on my phone.
Yeah, but during the event, a villain called the Ghost comes and attacks the fundraiser, and basically Iron Man and Peter Parker fight it together. And, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Is the Ghost lame?
The issue was dumb as fuck. It was just a big, what are those called whenever there's episodes that mean nothing? Like, filler. It was filler.
Yeah.
It just seemed to be filler. It's supposed to be the beginning of a
new arc. He was just called the Ghost?
He's called Ghost. I mean...
I put a lot of thought into this villain.
He was a pre-existing villain.
Does he wear a white sheet?
I think they just picked a random villain. He looks like... What was that? That's him right there.
He looks like a machine.
Yeah.
Alright,
he can face through things.
That's it for that one, huh?
Yeah. It wasn't that great. I don't know. If it wasn't Spider-Man, I probably would have stopped reading it by now.
Oh.
But I like Spider-Man, so I'll keep reading in hopes that it will get better.
Hopefully.
Even though it never will.
You're so positive.
Next one. Well, wait. The rating.
You ever rate each one?
Well, yeah. All I'll say is like drop it, buy it, or shelf. Wait, drop it, read it, or shelf it. It's my review system, and I don't even fucking know what it is.
You should remember
If I don't like it, I'm gonna drop it. If I like it, I'm going to read it, and if I love it, I'm going to shelf it. Put it on my shelf. Buy it. Put it on my shelf.
You're gonna buy it.
Buy it? No. Buying it is another. That's another podcast. We have this argument every time.
No. You didn't rate it.
Black. Oh yeah, it was drop it. It was a drop it.
All right.
Although I'm still gonna keep reading it. That's the
you're
contradiction.
Really contradicting yourself.
Yeah, it's just a rating.
The Widow.
It's just a rating, not what I'm doing. Black Widow number 3.
So the rating is meaningless. I'm not gonna follow it. I just give it.
Well, fine. I'll give it out of. What do we do for the movies? Out of 10 stars?
They're not doing stars. They're doing your rating system.
That's fine. It's meaningless. None of this means anything. Black Widow's been mostly in out of all 20 pages, there's like barely any dialogue. That's how it was the last 2 issues. We got a little bit more dialogue here, but pretty much nothing happened. And
cool.
Yeah. No, I mean,
how do you have nothing but pages of stuff happening because there's no dialogue, but nothing happens?
Like, there's just all action. It's just all action.
That sounds like stuff.
I mean, she's on the run from S.H.I.E.L.D. still. It's the same thing that's been happening in the last 3 issues because she was forced to steal something. And she went back to some orphanage that she used to live at and then got stabbed. And that was I got nothing from the comic except that. It was pretty non-eventful. Thank you. She got stabbed by someone. I guess she hid a knife under the table at some point whenever she was at the orphanage. It was like an orphanage where they trained them to be assassins eventually.
Okay.
Like a school, some sort of school for assassins.
Sounds like her background in the movies.
Yeah.
Drop it?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop that as well.
I figured.
But I'm also gonna read it again.
What's your middle one?
Read it.
Well, then why aren't you giving it read it since you're going to read it?
Because I don't want to give everything a read it.
Because you're going to read everything. I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not...
You're giving a recommendation on what people should do, but you're going to read everything.
Yeah.
I got you.
I try to read everything unless it's unbearable to me.
So the first 2 are drop-its.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're doing good so far.
Yeah. Iron Man. Crap. Iron Man number 9. Well, Invincible Iron Man, I should be more accurate. In this one, Tony Stark's missing and Rhodey's looking for him. You see...
What's his first name?
Rhodey? I'm not really sure.
Steve Rhodes? That's the guy from Married with Children.
Yeah, I don't think it's Steve.
Anyway,
I wonder if it says here.
Here, I'll look it up while you do the review.
Okay. You see some of the investors of Stark Industries a little worried because Tony's been missing.
I'm a little worried.
Yeah, he's actually really pissed. You finally see Riri Williams. Remember I talked about how there's a Black Iron Man now?
James. Okay.
Iron Girl now, I guess. James? Oh, James Rhodes. Okay, I was like, what are you talking about?
Black Iron Man. Black Iron Woman.
Black Iron Woman girl.
Did she okay, this sounds racist, so basically just because she's black, she stole all his armor?
No.
Oh.
No, she's,
make sure it's not
you get to see a small portion of what is her backstory. She's in a college dorm, and she's been missing class, and her roommate comes in and checks on her, and she built an Iron Man suit. And then...
what were you up to? I was getting this arc reactor perfected so I can build my Iron Man suit in the dorm. How does that make any sense?
I don't know. I definitely want to see more with her character, and that's all. We only really got that small taste of her. It was like a drop-in on her.
I wonder if she tasted good.
You see Doctor Doom in this. I'm going to go on a mini rant here, because Doctor Doom is also in the event they're doing with Doctor Strange, where magic's disappearing, and you know how like Doctor Doom's powers come from magic and shit?
What?
Yeah. You always have to throw a wrench in the smooth moving machine, which is Gable.
Okay, let's not be crazier with our words.
Well, anyway, I'm noticing like in the other comics, these people who are in the last days of magic, like magic's supposed to be disappearing from the world and no one's able to use it, and they're trying to restore magic, and you'll see like these characters in other stories like Scarlet Witch and Doctor Doom using magic like it's no fucking big deal.
So there's no continuity.
Like there's no continuity in these big events.
That would piss me off.
That's something like I can say DC does real well, is like the continuity bleeds well over between comics. With Marvel, if there's a main event going on, it'll like the big events like seem to only be consistent in Avengers comics. Like if you go to like the individual Spider-Man comics, they don't really mention anything.
That's fucking dumb.
Yeah, like I don't know. It just doesn't seem like, and it's annoying.
I would be really annoyed.
I mean, it's something I have to get past though.
It's a very justified rant.
Yeah. But yeah, Doctor Doom's in this. He's trying to one of the doctors who was working with Tony Stark earlier in the series. She's working for a cure for Alzheimer's, but he wants to try to convince her that she should go straight for the human testing, and it gets her a little concerned, and she starts thinking about going straight for human testing without getting it approved.
And then she puts on the Iron Man suit.
No, then you just you see her get worried, and then that's it. Yeah, the end of the issue was dedicated to a child who was an Iron Man fan before he passed away. It's sad.
That sucks.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna give this one
read it.
I'll read it. Yeah, probably closer to the higher side. I really enjoyed it. I'd like to see the introduction of Riri Williams, so I'm kind of interested to see what they do with her character.
Her name is Riri.
Riri, R-I-R-I.
That's a shame.
She's based off an actual person, though. Like I think it may have been like a Make-A-Wish kid or something, but she's like an actual person. There's an actual person who exists called Riri Williams who looks just like her.
So not only does this kid have something to do with Make-A-Wish because it has some terminal illness, she has a stupid fucking name as Riri as well.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Dude,
sorry, kid, if you're still alive.
Dude, there's a lot of references to, like... not references, a lot of, like, Make-A-Wish type things. Like, there was a thing where Tony Stark, in one of the earlier issues, took time out of his day to visit a kid who was in a hospital. And they say at the end of the issue that the kid who was in the hospital that Tony visited was an actual kid who existed and had a photo of him and everything.
Are they doing this before the kids die so you can at least see it?
Dude, I don't know, but
hopefully they're not waiting until they're dead.
Invincible Iron Man's been doing Make-A-Wishes left and right.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know if it's the Make-A-Wish Foundation, but they're working with children nonetheless. Next one is Moon Knight number 2. The first one, if any of you recall, I really fucking loved it because you don't know whether or not he was insane. I think this one may have answered that. I'll let you judge it, Dave, and you can confirm it. But yeah, you see a lot more of the tension between him and some of the employees there. Whether or not he is very strongly convinced now, and you see it that he is Moon Knight and he's not crazy. And they still have strong evidence proving like, oh yeah, you said this before. We know you said this before. You'll forget and yada yada. But yeah, they keep strongly forcing the idea upon him that he's crazy. There's another not conflict, another confrontation with Khonshu, I think his name was. Remember the deity who is the reason he has his powers I talked about last time?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, there's another thing with him, and basically he's like, how am I supposed to know I'm not crazy? And Khonshu's... this takes place over a few pages, so I'm paraphrasing here, but basically he just says, you have to have faith. You have to have faith in me that you're not crazy. And...
so he is.
You don't know.
You just said that...
I'll get there. I'll get there to the thing that I think confirms it.
Oh, okay.
You see more of Mark sitting around talking to that one guy from before. You know, the guy who mentioned that he knew about Moon Knight's past and whatnot. Apparently they were staging a breakout and invited him to join along. And
for some reason I was thinking break-in. I don't know why.
You see Mark walk by this French guy, and he gets this flashback to, I guess, what is his equivalent of Alfred the Butler.
Oh.
Taking care of one of his Moon Knight spaceships.
Oh.
Not spaceships, I guess aircraft. But he has that small little flashback, and then later on, he's just like... He calls him by name later on. I guess all of a sudden everyone remembers who they are, and they're staging a breakout. And Moon Knight, you see for the first time, put on his new uniform, costume, hero costume. Yeah, and then they go ahead, they drug the guards, they're breaking out. The answer apparently was not to go up off the roof like in the first issue, but down through the basement, and you see them encounter an old subway, and in the subway trains, guess what there is? Not zombies, mummies. There's mummies attacking them now, and that's where the issue ends. So, it seems like he's not crazy. It seems like these things are actually happening because the other people can see it happening.
Well, they're mummies. There can't be mummies.
Yeah. Yeah, remember in the first issue we saw New York and it was all covered in like pyramids and stuff. But then again, why am I not seeing this in the other... If it is real, why am I not seeing it in the other comics?
Oh, yeah.
Continuity's not going through.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's an issue.
But, I mean, Moon Knight, I'm going to separate and put all on its own because I'm really liking the story that's going on in Moon Knight. The whole watching him struggle with his sanity. Because even though he is convinced that he's Moon Knight, he's still having doubts. Yeah, I'm going to definitely give this one a read it. Or not a read it, a shelf it.
Oh my.
Yeah.
It's your highest rated one so far.
Today, yeah. How much time are we at? Oh, we're going to have to start going quick. We're going to have to start going quick here. Spider-Gwen number 8. That's more of the... they've been doing a event with all the Spider-Women where they were trapped in Spider-Gwen's reality, but now they're back to normal Earth. Even though I thought there was only one Earth from the Secret Wars, but there's the continuity out the window again. More continuity issues with me. In this one we're seeing that... I think I mentioned... Did I tell you that there was another Silk in one of the other reviews?
Yes.
Yeah, there's the Silk from Gwen's universe came to Earth, and now she attacks them. And that's pretty much all there is to it.
Nice. You
get a little bit of her backstory that she was working with a Earth 65 version of Jessica Drew, and they founded a organization called Silk, S-I-L-K, instead of the hero Silk on this universe. Yeah.
Ooh.
There's not really much to it other than them attacking her, or her attacking them. I don't know. I don't really think this event's worth reading, so I'm gonna give it a drop.
Drop that bullshit.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe someone else might find some value in the story, but I do not personally have any connections to it. Spider-Man 2099 is next on the list. I thought this was gonna have something to do with Mr. Sinister, that one X-Men villain.
Yeah. Because
it says Sinister in creepy letters on the front.
Oh.
This is issue number 10 of this. Miguel, he's the Spider-Man 2099.
Is he like a Mexican Spider-Man?
I think they don't really address him being Mexican. He doesn't look Mexican.
What's he gonna do about the wall?
Does that look Mexican? Oh, dude, he's fucked. He's fucked. The wall.
He's never gonna be able to save anyone in America.
That's true.
Spider-Man 2099 Mexico City.
Trump's gonna be the new villain in all the Marvel comics. Hopefully there's some continuity to it, though. He gets sent back to the future because he was living in the current day. And he notices there's a big Alchemax organization that has taken over. I think he previously owned Alchemax or something like that. I wasn't too involved with the older Spider-Man 2099 storyline, so I'm not really too familiar with it.
I wish you knew more.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish it was explained more.
There's that.
Yeah, but not really much happens here.
Someone playing basketball?
It was kind of slower for me. The end of the issue ended... What?
Is that Cyborg Venom?
Dude, I don't know what the fuck it is. I was like hoping they would answer like who he is, and they don't really tell you.
Looks like Cyborg Venom. No, it looks like Venom.
Just some, I guess, Venom 2099 maybe is what they'll call it. Somebody's named Kron. Between these two characters, this tentacle guy and the Venom character, I don't know what the fuck's going on. This comic's a fucking mess. I'm probably gonna stop reading Spider-Man 2099 because
that shit.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna actually drop it and then give it a drop it rating. Spider-Man 2099.
You drop a Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Insane.
It's just, I don't know. It's stupid. It's stupid. Next up, we have All New Inhumans.
Oh boy.
This is issue number 7 of this series. They've been investigating these pillars that have been falling around, that have been falling all around the planet.
Are they the pillars of autumn?
They are. Let me see if they're just called sky spheres, is what they're referred to. They've been affecting Inhumans. And so they've been going around investigating why, what they are and what connection they have to it. They just got done with the story arc where the whole first story arc was stupid because that's what they did the whole time. Is try to investigate them.
I just see a bunch of booms.
And there was like, I didn't get anything from the first story arc.
Really?
They didn't learn anything new about it. They tried to investigate one. Anytime they got like near it and like tried to fuck with it, it would like attack them. Like it would like the self defenses would come up. And then I think Parker Industries is going to do some research on it now. But like there is no point to them, like between 6 issues, there's no point to them doing any investigating.
That's nice.
I don't know, I got bored with it. This one was a lot better. One of the characters, Flint, he gets a tip of where his family might be.
Is it in Michigan?
I think it's in Africa.
Sure it's not Flint, Michigan?
It looks like it's... here. It says I wish this fucking thing... Chimanimian Mountains?
Chimanimani.
It looks like somewhere in South America, would you agree?
You said Africa.
I'm changing my mind.
Looks like Kilimanjaro.
Yeah, I don't know where it is.
Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
So is that written by Michael Bay?
Maybe. Yeah, so he's down there trying to... There's a group of them down there trying to find his family. They're walking through the jungle and whatnot, and they come across this tribe, and they figure out... basically, the gist of this issue is you figure out that the Inhumans who lived in Adelon weren't the only Inhumans. Adelon was like where all the Inhumans lived before it got destroyed. It was like a safe...
It's like how they put all the prisoners in Australia? Like it was an island?
No, this was like their kingdom. Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing except different.
Yeah. But they figure out that groups of them had different beliefs.
Oh, boy.
So they broke off and went to live elsewhere.
So you had Lutheran Inhumans, you had Christian Inhumans, you had Mormon Inhumans.
Yeah, and Flint's family was part of that one of those groups that broke off and went elsewhere.
Which was it, like Mormon?
It is called... They went to Udalon.
I've never heard of the Udalon religion.
Udalon.
I've never heard of Udalon.
No, that's a place.
Oh.
Yeah, but you find out that his mother's real happy to meet him for the first time because apparently he got taken away when they were younger.
Who's he?
Flint.
Oh.
The one who's been looking for his parents.
It's a Taz show reference.
Yeah, you find out he has a sister, and that's pretty much the end of it. Although you don't really find out why he was taken. He asked about that, and she's like, we'll talk about it later, and then...
it's called a hook, baby.
Yeah.
Read it.
Yeah, I'd give it a high read it. Closer to a shelf it, but I want to wait to see where the story's going, because it might be another pointless storyline. Nothing important. Jackie liked one of my pictures. Ha. Next one's Captain America, Sam Wilson. Unfortunately,
this is Blacked in America, right?
Unfortunately, they're still releasing Blacked in America issues. Dude, I'm not really a fan of the character because, like, I don't know, everyone hates him. Like in the comics, like all the civilians are like, "You're not our Captain America.
You'll never be Steve Rogers."
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah,
he's like, "Well, I'll go. You guys go fuck yourselves."
It's a real like cliche sounding storyline for a replacement Captain America.
All right, I might just go rob a bank and go chill in the Andes.
I showed you this when I was reading this the other night. One of the frames of they have Steve Rogers in this. One of the frames, he looks like he's one of the panels. He still looks like he's old Captain America, even though they've already made it clear that he's been renewed to his super soldier age.
Well, maybe he's weak and doesn't have the power to keep his form there.
Well, I don't think that's how that works. But then you see a few pages later, he looks like young Captain America again. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Like, who's drawing this?
Someone who's not good at drawings.
The fucking Angel Unzueta.
Angel Unzueta, you've been called out by Josh Gable.
You suck at drawing Steve Rogers.
Young.
Either, I guess.
Is that a naked person?
Basically, in this, it's been more of Sam Wilson whining the whole time, like, "Oh, everyone hates me as Captain America." Yeah. He's training with Misty Knight, and I guess him and Misty Knight have a intimate relationship because later on, there's just him standing out by a window with his dick out. Not even joking. You don't see his dick, but like you see his ass.
He's naked.
He's just standing by the window with his big black dick out.
Why is he fucking female Jax from Mortal Kombat?
Dude, I know Misty Knight has a fucking metal arm. I don't know what that's all fucking about. At a ceremony welcoming back Steve Rogers, there's an assassination attempt, and Sam Wilson saves him. And Steve Rogers raises his arm and he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, Captain America," and it gives him self-esteem again.
Okay, so Captain America, Black Captain America is
There's two Captain Americas.
Black Captain America is Roman Reigns. Real Captain America is Daniel Bryan, putting him over so people like him. This is what I get from this comic. Captain America is hated. He boxes and then he fucks Misty Knight at the end.
Yeah. It's not very exciting. If I wasn't so interested in seeing more of the Steve Rogers, I probably wouldn't have read this issue.
Steve Rogers.
If you want a good Captain America story, I wouldn't be reading this anymore.
Is this a drop it?
Yeah, this is a drop it. Captain America, Sam Wilson's a drop it. It's not entertaining.
Do you know how like people say that Wonder Woman and Superman have to fuck each other because she's the only one that could like handle his cum and whatnot?
Does he fuck Lois Lane?
It doesn't make sense. He'd kill her.
Well, how do they have a kid?
They shouldn't. It doesn't make sense. It's not logical.
I don't understand.
Wonder Woman's the only one whose fallopian tubes can handle his like super sperm. So do you think? Do you think the only reason that Misty Knight's with Steve Rogers is because he's the only one that can handle her metal hand?
Not with Steve Rogers. He's with Sam Wilson.
Sam Wilson is because he's the only one that can handle like her like fucking metal hand when she's jerking him off. Otherwise, his dick will get crushed.
Well, I don't think there's anything. I don't think he has super soldier.
Yeah, but he has like those wings.
He has
around
wings.
His dick, right?
So he has wings. So he's in front of
his dick.
Dave had a boo boo. Yeah, I don't know what she's like the black Bucky Rogers. They're gonna replace Bucky Rogers with Misty Knight.
Oh boy,
kidding. Next is Nova. I really like the Nova comics. It's been a story about him trying to find his dad. His dad's been missing. He thought he had his dad back.
Who, Nova?
Nova. But it turns out it was an imposter as his dad.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I guess the fuck.
I
think it was the Chitauri.
Does real dad die in a chimney?
They don't know where his dad is.
It's probably in the chimney somewhere.
Clone said that he was on a Chitauri ship somewhere. That's their lead that they're going with right now. But yeah, he's still not to be found. There's some real good like you really start to care for the character because you see at the beginning of the issue, his sister had a nightmare about Sam, who's Nova. Sam Alexander is the name of the character. About Sam going off to find his father in space, and he never comes back, and that's what she's scared about. And he comes in the room, comforts her, and he promises nothing's going to happen. And it's a really good, well-written, touching moment in the comic. The art in this comic's also really well done. I think this is a different artist than who's been doing it thus far.
You're really liking this one.
The one who did this one was penciled by R.B. Silva and ink by Adriano Di Benedito.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I can't pronounce any of these.
Color
art by Andres Mosa. So there's 3 different people working on the art in this. So, it was really well done compared to a lot of the other Marvel comics out there. Well, I guess comics in general out there. This is generally the style I like. After comforting her, he gets a call from the clone. The clone's found one of the ships that they suspect his dad's on. So Sam throws on his helmet, tells his mom he's going, flies out the door. He gets onto the ship, and it's mostly action whenever they get on the ship, but it's really well illustrated. I had issues with the Black Widow one in action because it was a lot of the, oh look, her fist, it's a picture of her fist. Yeah. It's a picture of her foot. I'm not really seeing anything cool happen, any good illustrations. This one, I'm seeing lasers being fired. I'm seeing Sam flying through panel to panel, like they're combining panels together. You see how that's going to happen? Yeah. The action sequences are really well done in these panels. He finds the clone there, and the clone was defeated by some of the Chitauri who were on the ship, and he's going to self-detonate it, and he's giving Sam a warning to get off the ship. So you see a moment between him and the clone where Sam wants to save the clone, and the clone's like, I'm not your dad, Sam. I'm not your dad. And he's like, I know, but I still want to save you. And he detonates the ship and kind of forces Sam to get off the ship.
Oh my.
Yeah. Sam, afterwards, flies back home, tells his mom he's okay, but then says he has to go back out. He has to go find his dad. And you see Iron Man, because he's part of the Avengers.
Oh, okay.
He's part of the all-new, all-different Avengers. He contacts Iron Man. He's like, I'm not going to be there for a while. And Iron Man's like, let us help you. And he's like, you don't need to help me. It's fine. And, I don't know. I guess we'll see if he ends up helping. But you see on the cover of the next issue, Sam standing on the moon. And there's a close-up, well, not a close-up, but you see on there's clearly a Stark satellite.
Oh, Stark Industries.
So maybe we'll see him helping in the next issue. Maybe we won't see Iron Man helping in the next issue. Whatever. It'd be cool to see them team up. But I really like the story of him searching for his father thus far. I'm going to give it a shelf it.
How many we got left here?
3, but we can skip the New Avengers because I hate it. Well, I can just talk about why I hate it, I guess. We'll go real quick. It'll be real quick, like a Band-Aid. Nothing really happened in these ones. Scarlet Witch. It was, I don't want to say a throwaway issue. It was a nice issue. It was kind of like a one-shot, kind of off on its own. Nothing really, not part of any arc. But she's been trying to help restore magic, which is completely different from the magic has been taken away storyline that's going on with Doctor Strange. Dumb. There's issue with continuity. But I don't know, there's an issue with magic, but she ends up using magic in this, so I'm not really sure.
Make sense.
No. You see this French superhero named something French. It basically means the man who flies, but he looks like a French version of Angel. He's depressed because his girlfriend died and he didn't do anything to save her. Obviously, it was an accident that she died in, and it wasn't like something he could control. And you just see her summon her soul back to this realm, and it kind of, you see the what's that called whenever you
farting.
No, whenever someone dies and you need that something that helps you get past it.
Comfort, closure.
Closure. Basically, it's just her getting this French hero closure throughout the comic. It was a nice comic. I'll give it a read. It nothing special, but if you have Marvel Unlimited, it's interesting.
Intriguing.
Same thing.
It's intriguing.
Punisher #1. I was interested to see this. This one ended up being a little too much action.
Oh boy!
I don't know if this is a thing that goes on in Punisher comics where he just kills people the whole time. But
never heard of that.
No. That's pretty much what the Punisher is, though. It's just him killing people the whole time.
That's what he does, bro. That's his thing.
Yeah, the whole issue is just him tearing through people.
Nice.
I don't really have much to say about it. It was the Punisher doing Punisher things. There were bad people planning to do bad things with these super enhancement drugs, and he killed them before the officials got to do anything about it. One of the guys who were in charge, I don't know. I guess he cuts off faces. It's
a low read it.
It's a very. You're good at this. You can read me. No pun intended. It's a low read it. Last one is New Avengers #11. They were part of the storyline in Standoff, but like at the same time, it had nothing to do with all that stuff that was going on at Pleasant Hill. I'm not really sure what any of their storyline had to do with Standoff, because there were just two mechs that ended up fighting in the middle of some random city. And I'm like, I don't see what this has to do with the story at all.
That's dumb.
It just said Standoff real big on it. A lot of the people who were originally associated with this New Avengers team are now not, because they chose to go against the government and separated the people who didn't want to be involved with that. The Avengers who didn't want to be involved with that, they separated them and sent them off into the desert somewhere so they couldn't interfere with them going against the government. So you're seeing these characters now, the ones who are still part of the team, like Squirrel Girl and Wiccan and Hulkling, characters that I don't give a fuck about.
They all sound dumb.
Yeah, Hawkeye's in it a little bit, so I'm kind of... He's the only one who's keeping me in this story. Another thing is, in one of the other previous issues, they hinted that Cannonball from the X-Men is going to be in this. I don't know. Someone attacked one of the local cities in a giant mech suit, and Squirrel Girl showed up and filled the mech suit with squirrels.
It sounds retarded.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend this to anybody.
Drop it.
Drop it like it's hot. Or like it sucks like the New Avengers.
Lame.
Yeah, New Avengers, I mean, most of the Avengers titles have been really good, except New Avengers. I have not been particularly satisfied. But we got through 12 in a matter of...
13.
13?
12.
Yeah, I was going to say, it can't let me hold more than 12.
Yeah, so 12 sounds about right.
Yeah.
I don't know why you thought you would be able to go through 12 in a half hour.
Yeah.
It
wasn't that bad. It was 10 minutes over.
You really thought... You're like, it might not even be a half hour.
Yeah,
You're not good at math.
I'll pick and choose next time, and I'll do maybe 8 next time then. Does that sound good?
Well, you're not going to do your full reviews anymore?
I don't know. I don't like doing them.
Oh my. Look at you.
I don't like the full reviews. I just feel like I'm like getting... Like, by the time I'm done with it, someone could have read the whole issue. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I just feel like the review itself is pointless.
I mean, well, that's just because you're doing it, though.
That's true.
That's a good point, though. That's a good point. All right, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to be back with stuff.
We'll be back.
That happens.
Yep. Oh, now I'm out of comics till Monday.
Slacker is what you are. Fucking slacker.
Fucking slackers.
Oh, hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Time for movies.
Welcome back to the show. Look at all these notes. Look at all those fucking notes.
You waste a lot of paper, sir.
What else do you expect me to do?
Eat them.
It's not like it's my paper.
Yeah. Let's burn it. Start a bonfire.
Okay, we'll do it in the corner next to all my Blu-rays. Stop clicking that.
I'm gonna dress up as Butterball.
Butterball? I'm gonna be
Butterball.
the Chatter.
Is that does it say Barbie?
Yeah.
That's dumb. He doesn't even look like Barbie.
It's not a Barbie doll, you asshole. It's like a shrimp on the Barbie.
I don't get it.
I don't either. I made that up. Alright, here we go. It's time for movie reviews.
Can we stop at Market District after this?
Why are you talking?
Oh.
Alright. What'd you say, you fuck?
Can we stop at Market District after this?
I mean, you can stop at Market District. I'm going to work.
I meant like before work.
I mean, you can go to Market District. I'm
We'll
going
have
to
time.
work.
We'll have time.
We'll see. We'll see. It's time for movies. This week we're going to review Arrival, and the retro is going to be Princess Bride.
Yeah. What a great movie that was.
All right. Way better than Pacific Rim is all I'm saying. All right, so now we're going to start with Arrival, which I fucking loved.
Oh, that's good. Good.
Oh, I got a lot of notes. Now, you're going to have to follow me on this, because you're going to get confused by what's happening in this movie if you're not paying attention.
Okay, my coffee is now, I think, empty. Wait, hold on.
Oh, coffee's empty.
Coffee, okay. I drank all the coffee now, so I'm ready.
What's the first note say?
Pay attention, Gable might get confusing.
That's the first note.
That's not even a real sentence.
I know, it's notes, it's not full sentences.
Pay
it's
attention,
notes.
Gable might get confusing. I
Yeah,
mean,
you're very
Gable
confusing.
does get confusing sometimes.
Okay, so the beginning of the movie, it starts off, it's sad as fuck. It starts off showing Louise, who's the main character, with her daughter when she's born. And then they show her growing up and eventually getting a disease and dying when she's a teenager.
So Louise's daughter gets a disease and dies.
Yeah. They show like a montage of her daughter being born, and then they show like when she's growing up, like playing with her and stuff, and then she ends up getting a disease as a teenager and dies.
Well, that's just fucking depressing.
I know. It made me think of Up. It's really what it made me think of was the beginning of Up.
It did a good job, like in Up too. Like,
Yeah.
I actually felt sad.
I was like, oh, that sucks. And it was just, all it was just like a flashback before anything really happened in the movie.
Good.
So they show that, and then after the beginning, Louise goes to college where she teaches. She's a linguist and teaches languages there. And I like how she finds out about the ship landing. She's in class. There's only a couple students there that show up for class, and she doesn't know why that no one's there, and they also don't know why no one else is there. And then she starts talking, and they just like everyone just starts getting texts and like alerts on their phone, and they're just like, look, and she's like, what? And they're like, can you turn on the TV? And then she turns on the TV, and you see all the shit that's going on with the ship that landed, I guess, and then like right then in the morning or something. Which was pretty cool how they found out, and like I love the stories told solely from her point of view. It's not like cutting from other people, like it's just her point of view, so you're finding out stuff that she finds out, which I think is cool.
The entire movie, it's just her point. Okay.
It's like, I mean, it's not like a fucking POV, but it's just a, you know what I mean? It's from her point of view, which I like.
POVs are my favorite. I like to pretend that I'm the guy.
Yeah? Like first person shooters?
No. I guess technically.
Like
When
whenever
I'm
you're
shooting
coming
bullets.
when you're coming on a girl's
There
face.
you go.
You're disgusting. Now, they got into showing the inside of the ship and the aliens way faster than I thought they would, which I loved. I was like, from the trailer, I was expecting to be like halfway through the movie and you might, you know what I mean? Like, it was going to be a slow build up to it, but they get into like the ship fast.
Real quick?
Yeah, I mean, like within the first like 15, 20 minutes of it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. And basically, it's her and Ian, who's played by Jeremy Renner. They're the two. She's a linguist and he's a scientist, and they're the two main people that the military gets to lead this team to go onto the ship and to try to communicate with the aliens. So basically, like every 18 hours, the ship opens up and they go inside the ship, and they just like walk up to this glass where the aliens are, and they're trying to communicate with them. And you find out that the aliens are non-linear, which means that they don't experience time like we do. Like how we have like a past, we have a present, we have a future. For them, there isn't a past or future. Like everything is just at once. They're a non-linear species.
Whoa, that sounds weird.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
Now the reason that I understand is because they had a non-linear species in Star Trek before, so I was already kind of used to it. So I got what it is. So it made sense to me.
Is it kind of like Vision?
I don't know.
Isn't Vision like I guess not in the movies. Well, I guess he really doesn't know everything. He's just a computer.
Like it's just like they just have a different existence than us. Like
I'm trying to think what superhero has that same. Someone like knows the. Oh, it's fucking Dr. Manhattan.
I don't know that, like, but I mean, I don't know that it's just the fact that you know the future. It's just like it's not like
he's experiencing all of time at once.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly what. So they're a non-linear species. And yeah, like I said, they're trying to communicate with them now. The reaction of everyone on Earth was pretty spot on. Like, there's fucking riots when people when they come, like, which is what would happen. Mm-hmm. Like, everyone's like being assholes and want to destroy the aliens who have done nothing wrong. I'm like, that's pretty much what we would do, like, if aliens came down here, because we're a bunch of non-trusting assholes. And throughout the movie, they keep showing flashbacks of her with her daughter. Like, when she, obviously, before she dies, when she was alive, they're showing flashbacks of her. So, like, she's having, like, she's having a dream and stuff's happening and she wakes up. Like, that's how they're doing the flashbacks. Or, like, sometimes there's something going on and she starts daydreaming, and something that happened in the flashback is related to what's happening then, so it's helping her figure stuff out.
I like when that happens.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Well, generally, it can be done poorly, but...
and it's just really cool how, like, they just kept doing it throughout the movie. Like, I really enjoyed, like, that aspect of it. And in one of the flashbacks, you learn that she's not with the husband anymore, because I guess, like, they just ended up breaking up or whatever. There's one specific flashback of her daughter is drawing a picture of what, and their mom's like, "What's this picture of?" And she's like, "It's a TV show." She's like, "It's a picture of you and Dad." It's a picture of, like, a person, another person, like a bird cage with a bird in it. Yeah, and she's like, "What is it?" She's like, "It's a TV show. It's you and Dad, like, talking with animals. It's just like a TV show." And then, like, the mom just kind of looks at her, and then this is, I guess, after the husband's not with her anymore, so she's like, "It doesn't matter, it's just something silly." Because the daughter gets all upset because their parents are divorced or whatever.
That's her only child, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I really love the thread of them showing the flashbacks throughout. Like, it was just like really touching, because you know that the daughter died, you know what I mean? It's like, the whole time it just has, like, a really emotional, like, feeling to it. I was enjoying it just as much as I was enjoying the aliens, like the part with the aliens in the movie. I really was, which is cool. So there's one part where a few of the military guys who are, like, really paranoid, they go and they try blowing up the ship. They smuggle, like, some fucking, like, explosives into the ship with all the other equipment that goes in there. And right before it goes off, the aliens know what's going on, so they kind of, like, blow Louise and Ian out of the ship. Mm-hmm. And, like, so the ship kind of explodes from within. It doesn't destroy it or anything, but they, like, close it up.
Are these government-sanctioned people who put the explosives
Military people, yeah. They're just, like, a couple of guys in the military that are, like, believe what all the stuff on the news about, like, oh, the aliens are bad, blah, 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 I don't know what they're going to do. You know what I mean? Just, like, typical bullshit.
Dude, this reminds me a lot of something a book about, it's called Armada. It's by the same guy who wrote Ready Player One. And the whole thing is just about how, like, forgot how far away I was sitting. The whole thing's just about, like, this humanity's, like, in a war with these aliens, but we don't know about it, and the government's secretly been training people to fight on Xboxes and on video games since the 70s.
That sounds very familiar.
Yeah, but basically what it comes down to is, and spoiler if anyone's going to read Armada, is that back in, like, the 70s, we sent a ship up to this moon on Saturn, and we saw a swastika, and we immediately thought it was threatening, and we tried to destroy that moon.
Okay. Cool.
And the aliens noticed that, and they're like, well, we're taking action and starting a war now.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That concludes our Armada review.
Yeah. But I was just saying, like,
it ties in.
Yeah, it's relevant.
Nowhere.
It sounds very similar.
So after the explosion in the ship, the alien ships kind of like lift up, and they're kind of not like they're still on Earth. They're just higher, so you can't get into them anymore. So they're like, oh fuck, I guess we pissed them off. So now comes the twist, which was such a fucking cool twist. I fucking loved it. Didn't see it coming at all. It was just so fucking well done. So she keeps having the flashbacks with her daughter, okay? And one of them, the daughter is asking for a term to describe something that she's trying to think of. Because the mom's a linguist, and she's like, what's the term that describes this? And the daughter says it's a sciencey term. And Louise gets annoyed. She's like, if you want science terms, go ask your dad. Like, annoyed. And then and that's when you find out the dad's a scientist. And then she feels bad and thinks of the term and tells her daughter what it is. And the term that she says is something that one of the military guys just said to her like 5 minutes ago. Okay? So...
Is it important that I know the term or no?
No.
Okay.
So, like, this is something that, like, the military guy just said to her, and then this is what she's remembering in her flashback. So what happens is, the aliens are trying to give humans the gift of their language, which once we learn and understand it, it helps us see the future and time travel and become more nonlinear like they are.
Just by knowing the language?
Just by learning it. Like, it helps us, like, I guess discover how to do time travel or something like that, or help us see the future. So
I'm a little confused by how that works, but...
So they never actually acknowledge that what she's seeing are flashbacks. She just sees them and doesn't talk about them, so you assume they're flashbacks, but she's actually seeing the future of her daughter that wasn't even born yet.
So they weren't flashbacks?
They weren't flashbacks. She was seeing the future, and then you just assume they were flashbacks of something that happened to her in the past.
Oh,
she's seeing a future of the guy she's with is her fucking husband that she ends up marrying. But she didn't like when you're watching it, you're like, you assume that these are flashbacks. You're like, oh, this is just something that happened to her in the past. She never says that they're flashbacks. It's just something that you're seeing from her point of view.
You're assuming.
They're just happening to her, and it's her point of view, and they're just like happening, and I guess that she doesn't know what they are.
So she's been slowly learning this language throughout the movie?
She's learning the language throughout the movie, and she's seeing the future. The aliens are helping her see into the future.
Fuck.
Dude, it blew my fucking mind. I was like, this is so fucking crazy.
That's really cool, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't understand how language is going to help.
It was like, I have to watch it again, because like, there was a lot of stuff about it, but it got like a little like, it's one of those things I have to watch again to understand that part of it.
Yeah, whenever we get to see a movie this week, I'll try to, Ashley's probably going to want to see Trolls, because we didn't get to see it yet.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I'll try to get in to see that. That sounds real cool, and I'll look for a better explanation of how language is the key to time travel.
And there's the picture she drew of her mom and dad having a show where they're talking to animals is when they were talking to the aliens. Like, it's like there's a bunch of stuff in the flashbacks where if you look at it now, you realize it's stuff that's happening at that point that her mom tells her in the future about. Like when she's drawn this picture of her mom and dad talking to animals, it's from whenever they were first talking to the aliens.
Okay.
There's just like all these like cool little references in the flashbacks of stuff that's happening that once you realize it's actually in the future, like that's fucking cool. That happened because
it's a good callback on
oh, like tons of them, yeah. So then you get even more sad because you realize the kid hasn't even been born yet, and she's gonna fucking die.
Oh, even that was a flashback too. She never did.
Everything that happened was a flashback. Like none of it happened yet. Yes, so you're like, oh my god. So this girl's gonna be fucking born, and you know she's gonna fucking die. And then you find out that the reason that Ian left her in the future is because she knew that this is gonna happen, and she told Ian their daughter's gonna die of this rare disease. He got fucking pissed that she told him that. And he didn't want to accept that their daughter was going to die. So they ended up getting a divorce because it was so, I guess, this upsetting thing.
Yeah.
And then there's even a scene where she's talking to her daughter about it. And she tells her daughter...
She's going to die?
She doesn't thought she's going to die. And she just tells her, like... Because her daughter's like, asking how they're dad. She's like, there's this thing where I can just see things are going to happen. And there's something that's going to happen with this rare disease. She doesn't tell her that she's going to die, but she kind of tells her something big's going to happen. But... Dude, the whole thing was just... I can't wait to watch it again, like, whenever I, like, buy it. Just to, like, see it again, like,
crazy.
Like, knowing now, like, what happens.
Yeah, that sounds... Dude, this sounds like a phenomenal film.
Dude, I've loved this so much.
How about the acting performances?
It was all great.
All great.
The acting was great. The writing was really well done. Because...
Who was the main chick? Emily Blunt?
Oh, Amy Adams.
Amy Adams.
Yeah, from Lois Lane was in it.
Oh, I hate her.
Yeah, she's not very attractive.
She's annoying.
She wasn't annoying in this movie though.
Okay.
She didn't do a lot of talking, which I guess like they kind of had to do that because otherwise, if she's having this flashback, which isn't a flashback, and she's seeing the future, and she's instantly talking about it, you're gonna like, well, hey, that's not a flashback. That didn't happen, so it would kind of ruin it.
Right.
But so some of the nations are about to attack the ships because they aren't translating properly what the aliens are saying. And some of them thinks the aliens are going to attack them. Some of them thinks that the aliens are trying to get the nations to fight each other. Because the aliens keep saying you need to use the weapon. But, like, she can't figure out if they're trying to say weapon or tool. And what the aliens are trying to tell them to do is they're trying to say that you need to use our language. And you all need to work together to figure it out. Because in 3,000 years from now, we're going to need you to save us. Because the aliens are non-linear, so they know what's going to happen in the future. So they're trying to get Earth to completely come together and work together, because in order for Earth to be able to save them in the future, they got to be on the same page and evolve and become better. Exactly. So you know.
The hand motions.
Yeah, that's what's vital. The hand motions that no one can see.
Nobody but me.
Yeah. So yeah, like it kind of turns out, in my opinion, that the story with Louise and her daughter and Ian, I think it's more important than the stuff with the aliens. Like, you know what I mean? Just the story arc of them and how you thought it was a flashback, how it's going to end up being the future, how they end up together and the daughter end up dies. Like, that stuff was just, like, so fucking well done. Like, the stuff with the aliens
I'm excited
was cool
to see
too.
this.
It was really good. The movie ends with Louise and Ian together, and it shows a montage of them with their daughter again. And, dude, I'm not going to lie, dude, there was a tear or two there. Because it was real fucking sad at the end whenever they're showing them all together and you know the daughter's going to die.
I'm going to say something real gay.
Oh.
I really like to enjoy, like, I really enjoy movies where I get to cry at the end.
Well, it's because they're good.
Yeah.
You're crying because you're emotionally invested, which is going to make you like it more.
Yeah.
So I give this movie a 9 out of 10. Yeah. Real high rating. Dude, I fucking loved it. Loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah,
loved it.
I want to see it now.
Loved it. And now it's time for The Princess Bride.
Princess Bride.
Yeah. I never read the synopsis of Arrival. Alright, so the synopsis of Arrival is a linguist professor, Louise
Just
Banks.
Save the time. Never mind.
Goodbye. A linguistics professor, Louise Banks, leads an elite team of investigators when humongous spaceships touch down. Oh boy. Yeah, don't take that. Now I gotta start over because you kept interrupting me. A linguistics professor, Louise Banks, leads an elite team of investigators when humongous spaceships touch down in 12 locations around the world. As nations teeter on the verge of global war, Banks and her crew must race against time to find a way to communicate with the extraterrestrial visitors. Hoping to unravel the mystery, she takes a chance that could threaten her life and quite possibly all of mankind. This movie stars Amy Adams as Louise Banks, Jeremy Renner as Ian Donnelly, and Forrest My Eye Doesn't Work Right Whitaker as Colonel Weber.
Was it a good?
Alright. What are you doing?
I was going to do a sound bite on there, but I couldn't
Good
find
job.
it.
You did good there.
Yeah, couldn't find it.
Very proud of you. So now let's do The Princess Bride. A fairy tale adventure about a beautiful young woman and her one true love. He must find her after a long separation and save her. They must battle the evils of the mythical kingdom of Florin to be reunited with each other. Based on the William Goldman novel The Princess Bride, which earned its own loyal audience. Look at this cast, dude. Look at this. Look at this cast. It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people that matter. What are you doing?
Not me, I don't matter. Looking for my notes.
Oh, you were really prepared.
No, I
Maybe
wasn't.
instead of wasting time reading another comic this morning, you could have found your notes. Did you find them already?
Is it for Arc or Max Steel?
I think it's for The Princess Bride.
That's not good.
Oh boy.
Maybe piggyback out of yours.
You're doing great.
I'll be fine.
You're doing great.
I'll be fine.
So I've seen this movie a lot of fucking times, and I love it.
I saw this for the first time.
I've probably seen it a dozen times.
Yeah.
I've seen it many a times. I still can't believe Wesley is the same dude that cut his foot off in Saw. That's scary always.
I never saw Saw. I never saw Saw.
No, really?
I never saw Saw.
So, you know what I didn't get? It says Wesley leaves to seek fortune elsewhere or some such shit. Why did he just not leave and not be greedy and just stay with her on the farm? and just make a farm living.
Yeah, I don't know.
And like maybe all this wouldn't have happened.
Well,
he got greedy.
I don't. Do you think she would? Well, I guess she already wanted to be with him.
Yeah, before
he already wanted to be with her.
Yeah, but he wanted money.
Sounds like all this story is pointless.
He wanted money. Well, in their defense, they do say that he was a poor farm boy, so I don't think their farm was making much money.
Oh,
so that could be why. But
okay,
I didn't want to contradict.
Was the farm boy poor, or was the farm was he poor, or was the whole farm poor? I think only he was poor. I think that it seemed to me like the daughter and the princess and whoever, was there a king or queen? I'm confused now.
Yeah, that dude that tries to fucking marry her was like the prince.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck, you're right. Okay. For some reason, okay. I had a brain fart for a second.
Princess Buttercup is her name. Her name was Buttercup.
Yeah, I did think that was funny how she was called Buttercup. Princess Buttercup.
Everything about this movie is fucking funny. I also like that Humperdinck gets to just pick any chick he wants to marry. That's pretty sweet. Like, I wish I was a prince or a king back in the day. I'd be like, you, fuck me. You make me a sandwich. You
fuck me while making a sandwich.
Yeah. You suck off Gable while she fucks me and she makes me a sandwich. Not when we get rights and whatnot. It's stupid. I'm kidding. That was a joke.
Do you think Trump's going to take them all away, though?
Hopefully.
You're going to grab their rights right by the pussy.
Dude, all the characters in this movie are so great. All of them. Not just Andre the Giant. Fucking Wallace Shawn is fucking Vinicius. Fucking hilarious. Inconceivable! He's so fucking funny.
Yeah,
like, he's hilarious.
I wasn't feeling it.
You're crazy. Like, I love all the stuff with the kidnappers, especially with them and Wesley. Whenever like he has to fucking fight with the fucking amazing sword fight. So fucking well done. Did you know that every single frame of that sword fight was those two actors? They did it all themselves, not a single.
Really?
Yeah.
I was actually watching it and I was thinking, it looks like they're not really sword fighting. It looks like they're just hitting their swords against each other.
No, they trained for like weeks and weeks to be master fencers.
I wasn't convinced.
I mean,
it didn't seem authentic to me.
I mean, it seemed pretty authentic.
I'm just being a dick. I'm sorry.
Is that because you don't have notes because you're not prepared?
No, I'm just being a dick.
To say?
I'm just being.
Or give me one of your. I just want to hear one of your things.
Andre the Giant was funny.
Cool. What else you got?
I'll think of it as we're going.
I mean, I'm almost done.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just saying. Yeah, the sword fight scene I loved. Could you tell what figures he had behind him in his bed? Did you notice that? Were you looking in the
Yeah, I was looking.
I saw Captain America and He-Man. I couldn't make out the other ones, though.
No, I did see Captain America. I don't remember seeing He-Man.
Yeah, He-Man was there.
I did think the grandpa was funny.
He was alright.
He was cool.
I guess.
I don't know. He seemed like a good grandpa. I want him to be my grandpa. Yeah.
Wow, you suck.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know. A lot of the humor just didn't hit me that hard. It seems more drier.
Dude, my next note.
I was in a grumpy mood whenever I watched this as well.
See, that's your fault.
That is my fault. I'm not going to disagree with that.
You're blaming the movie. The movie was good.
I guess I can. It's the only time I ever watched it. I'm just giving my opinion from that.
My next note says there's so many hilarious parts in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know.
Dude, the part where Montoya is standing in front of him, he's like, prepare to die, he just turns around and runs away.
Dude,
that's so fucking funny.
Whenever that happened, I was like, okay.
That's fucking funny.
I'm like, this is one of the most iconic lines, like ever. People quote that all the time, and then I watch it, and I was like, I don't know, I just didn't receive it well.
The line?
The whole movie.
You didn't think the part was funny when he turned around and ran away?
No.
That was really funny.
No.
The part where she just, like, throws herself down the hill?
One of the parts I did think was funny was whenever he was climbing up the mountainside, and he just leaned over and he's like, could you do this any quicker? I'll just pull you up. He's like, no, I'm just going to climb up. Well, I'm going to kill you when you come up here. You know what I mean? That whole interaction when he was climbing up the mountain was funny.
I liked their interaction the whole time.
Yeah. Billy Crystal was funny.
It was alright. He's a little too Jewy.
I thought it was funny. The Jewy... Was he like a elf type thing? Troll? He was a troll, huh?
He was just an old guy.
Old troll. No, he was a troll.
Yeah, he's just an old guy.
I think he had like fucked up... Like he was all fucked up looking.
Yeah, just because he was just
I think old. I assumed he was a troll then.
He was just old.
A Jew troll.
He was just an old guy.
A troll.
He was an old guy. I just wish they would have made a sequel.
That's not a witch. That's my wife.
I wanted to see more stuff with these characters. I loved it.
Yeah. Dude, a lot of people I talk to about this movie, like, they're like, well, it's kind of a comedy. It's mostly a romance, though. I'm like, it seems like it's mostly a comedy.
I think it's definitely more of a comedy.
A subtle comedy. It seems like a subtle comedy to me.
Alright, so you've added your 2 notes. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
I'll give it probably like a 4 out of 10.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't receive it well. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't receive it well. I don't know what to tell you.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right,
dude, like, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to sit here and lie and be like, oh my god, it was amazing?
I'm more disappointed you don't have your notes than your review.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
know. I got to do 2 movie reviews while you sat there. That was good. It was like whenever you did the comic reviews and I sat there.
Yeah. And my comic reviews took up more time.
Yeah. It's because you did 12 comics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably going to do less next time.
See, whenever I did my notes for Princess Bride, I was like, oh, well, Gable will have some. I don't have a lot.
I don't know,
you even have?
There was probably just as many as you had.
Really?
Yeah, there wasn't really much. I even wrote down, like, I don't have much notes. It just was what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. There didn't really seem to be anything outstanding. What was it the other week? We were in a movie. We did a movie. We were like, yeah, it was good. It was good. There's not much to say about it, dude.
Yeah. Was it Fear and Loathing? No.
No, we didn't do Fear and Loathing.
No. What the fuck was it? Oh, Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Not much to take notes about. Just watch it and enjoy it.
That's what I was doing. Princess Bride. I was like, I love this movie, but there's not really much to say.
It's hard to take notes on a movie that's already kind of established for what it is. You know what I mean?
I disagree with that. I think for me, it's harder to take notes on a movie a movie that I've seen a bunch of times and I like.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I've seen it so many times, like, I don't have much to say about it. Like,
you already have an opinion formed about it, and, like,
yeah.
you probably even thought past some of those opinions already.
Like, if I'm watching something for the first time and I love it, I'm probably going to have a lot more notes, but if I've seen it a bunch of times, it's like, I just love this movie.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to take a lot of notes on a movie that you don't like.
Well, let's figure out what we're watching right now. Next week. Did you have anything planned that you wanted to watch?
No.
Any suggestions?
We can watch Pacific Rim.
I would like to do that. Can we do that?
I guess.
Yes! I get to finally experience already have had watched the movie.
Are you going to have notes next week?
Time. Probably not.
Because I'm just going to send you home.
You're going to send me home without
notes? Have your notes, I'm going to send you home.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, go home.
I still got discussion out. You still got discussion out of me.
Barely.
I mean, what do you want me to tell you? You didn't have much to say. You were just like, oh, this person was great. This person was great. This was great.
That's why.
This is great. This is bad.
That's why if I don't have much to say, it's key to have yours.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
That you left them there on purpose.
I didn't have many, so I didn't think it would make that much of a difference. But I mean, it's not like I left them on purpose. I don't even know where the fuck I took them at. I don't know if I physically took them or if I. You had me watch the movie at 3 a.m.
You could have stopped watching it. We went over this. You decided
I didn't
to keep
know.
watching it.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Yeah. You decided to keep watching it instead of waiting.
It was a stupid movie.
We had another week.
It was a stupid movie. It's overrated.
We had another week.
I need to find someone who hasn't watched Princess Bride and see if they get the same opinion.
Remember I worked at Suncoast, Mike Rossage was like, that sounds like the most retarded movie ever. It's called The Princess Bride.
When did you see it for the first time?
I don't know, years and years ago.
Like you were younger, though?
I don't know. I was like, I was in my teens.
Okay, because a lot of people I talk to like seem to have like a connection with this movie. Like,
let me finish my story, because this proves you. So whenever I was working at Suncoast, this guy, Mike Rossage, who was a good friend with, I was like, The Princess Bride's great, and he would make fun of me, like, dude, you're so gay. It's called The Princess Bride. It's going to be dumb. And I was like, whatever, dude, just watch. He watched, and he fucking loved it. He was probably like 20. First time he ever saw it, and he just loved it. And he's like, alright, so it's a really good movie.
Completely disproves that I had.
Yeah.
I thought it would be like a whole, like, it was a thing to watch when you're sick from school, because that's what I got from a lot of people. It's a perfect sick day movie. I'm like, I don't know what that means.
There's a lot of stuff I watched when I'm a kid that I watch now that sucked.
Yeah. I hate to admit it, but I go back and watch Power Rangers. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see some of the story arcs from Power Rangers. And I'm like, man, there wasn't really a story arc. It was just kind of a lot of
time to fight,
fighting and explosions.
Oh, lameness. All right, let's end this. And it's ended. Here we are. We're back.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And we're back. We're back. We're gonna do our top 5 now.
Top 5.
Wait a minute. We're gonna go. We're gonna go over some other stuff too. Actually.
What about like we have Gotham on here? We can talk about how there's like gay actors on, or gay characters getting turned gay on the TV shows.
Yeah, it sounds like something we can do after our top 5.
Okay. Are you ready?
Okay, for what?
Top 5, or what are we doing first? Are we going to talk about other things? Or top
here's
5?
our top 5.
Have that on here.
Oh, I almost like hit stop. I don't know what I was doing. All right, here we are. It's time for our top 5. Here it is. This week it is top 5 Star Wars characters.
I have a question, and I might already know the answer. We
George Lucas does not count.
No. I was gonna ask you if I was trying to think of something funny to say there. Can't do it. Can a combination of two characters, like the interaction between two characters, count?
No.
No. Okay. I already had the default character of those two picked out.
All right, what's your number 5?
R2.
R2.
I love watching R2. He's a cute little guy.
Really?
Yeah. Although I have more reasons behind the other characters. He was just on there because I was like, I love R2. He's my favorite bot.
My number 5 is Porkins.
Porkins? Really? Yes. I love how my character was more significant. I thought mine was going to be insignificant.
I love Porkins, dude. Every time I see Porkins, I laugh my ass off. It's so funny.
Dude, I want to
The only fat rebel.
He should have been an honorable mention on mine.
And his name is Porkins.
I can't believe I didn't think of Porkins. Yeah, R2's like mainly like more of a
interesting.
R2's really more of a fucking sales pitch than anything.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He sells more merchandise than has any importance in the movies, I feel. Would you agree with that?
I mean, without him, the first one wouldn't really happen very well.
The first, like the
New Hope.
Yeah, I guess he does deliver the initial message. There could have been other ways of delivering the message besides him, though.
Could have sent it via pigeon.
Or just
via courier pigeon. Who's your number 4?
My number 4 is Vader / Anakin.
It's pretty low.
Anakin, I mean, I just love the development of the character throughout all of the fucking movies.
Yeah. My number 4 is Han Solo.
Han Solo.
Yeah.
Fuck.
How'd you forget about Han Solo?
It's okay.
How'd you forget about Han Solo?
I'm fixing it.
How'd you forget about Han Solo, though?
Fixing it.
I mean, Han Solo's pretty cool. I mean, he's a douche, but I guess he's cool. I guess I like Han Solo. I don't know. Han Solo's cool, I guess. He's pretty cool. I like him. He's cool.
Fixed.
I mean, he's not going to be in the next one, though. He died in Force Awakens.
Hashtag Han dies.
Yeah.
Han dies.
Who's your number 3?
My number 3 is Obi-Wan. From the prequels, though, because he obviously dies in the
You can still like
4.
him in episode 4, though.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I really liked how he mentored Anakin throughout those prequels there and whatnot, and his passion for getting Anakin to be the savior of the Jedi Order.
Yeah, I guess that's cool. I guess he's done something right in his life.
He's done something good.
He didn't do anything good because Anakin turned bad. But I guess in the end, it was all needed to be done to get to the end game of the end of Return of the Jedi, where Vader ends up turning good again.
Mm-hmm.
So it all had to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It all had to happen to get where we need to be. Granted, all the Jedi didn't need to die, but apparently that was necessary.
Who?
All the Jedi that died.
Oh, yeah.
I guess we'll just let them die.
Yeah, no Jedi anymore.
My number 3 is Luke Starkiller. I like Luke Starkiller. What's up? How you been? Hey, how you doing? I like Luke Skywalker. He's cool too.
Yeah, he's pretty dope.
He likes blue milk. It's pretty fun.
Do you think he's cooler than Death Star Carnage.
No. No one beats Death Star Carnage. He's
Death
the
Star
number
Carnage
one character.
is so cool.
Who's your number 2?
My number 2 is Kylo Ren.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You jackass.
Dude, I told you I like him a lot.
What the fuck?
I'm so intrigued to see where his fucking character goes. I'll admit, though, if the next movie comes out and they do something stupid with him that I don't like, because I know you already don't like him, but if they do something stupid that I don't like, then he'd probably get knocked off this list.
He's the one and only entry in my top 5 gayest Star Wars characters.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What about the gay one? The gay character?
He's gayer.
So the other guy doesn't even make the list.
No.
He's so gay. He takes up all 5 spaces.
I wanted to put the other one on the list, but Kylo Ren whined so fucking much about being the only one on my list, I had to leave him on there by himself.
Gotcha.
Because he's such a whiny bitch.
God damn.
I fucking hate him.
I like him. Him.
Number 2 for me is Mr. Darth Vader.
Why?
He's Luke Skywalker's father. That's the only reason I like him. And he has a cool, sexy black voice.
Dude, he got this Padme.
Yeah, that's pretty
He got
sweet.
the fuck Natalie Portman.
Yeah, that's pretty hot.
Good for him.
It's pretty cool. We got to knock her up. And who's your number 1? And let me just...
Well, now it's Han Solo.
Yeah, let me just preface... This is the second time you fucked up and left your number 1 off.
I did.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
How do you forget your favorites and things?
I'm bad. I told you I had my number 2, my number 3, and... No, my number 2, my number 4, and number 5 lined up. I'm getting far away from the mic again.
God, you suck.
I suck so much.
So why is Han Solo so cool?
Because he's witty and funny and just a badass. Until he gets stabbed by his son.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Do you know who my number 1 is? You already see it?
Is it Han Solo?
No.
Is it... Oh, wait, hold on. Let me get a good guess. Is it Jar Jar?
No.
It's Jar Jar. I fucking knew it. It's Jar Jar.
He's not on anyone's list.
Oh.
My number 1 is Amidala.
Queen Amidala.
I mean Padme Amidala.
Padme, really?
Dude,
That's an intriguing number 1.
I want to fuck her so much.
Is that the only reason?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I wouldn't even... If you even would have reminded me about her, I wouldn't have even considered her.
She's so hot.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put her in my top 5. God
She's
damn.
She's really, really hot.
I get that. Dude, the fucking... If we're going by how bad I want to bang them, I want to fit the Twi'lek from fucking Jabba's chain at number 1 then.
Dude, Padme's really hot, though.
Yeah.
She's number 1.
Alright.
Padme. What are your honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions... Well, my honorable mentions would be Poe Dameron, General Grievous, and Darth Maul.
Poe
Dameron.
My honorable mentions are Rey, because I want to fuck her, too.
You want to fuck her.
Yoda, of course, because he's Yoda and he's cool.
I don't think Yoda's that cool.
I like him better in the prequels. I don't like him in the originals.
In the prequels, you like him better?
Yeah. He's too fucking goofy and annoying to me, and like...
Dude, I thought it was goofy as fuck whenever he started doing like a bajillion spins when fighting Dooku. I thought it was like, I don't know, it just seemed really weird and just felt weird.
Well, he's tiny. He's got to like do something.
I get that, but like, damn. Why couldn't he just be like all like pushy
You mean
and
not
moving
even
stuff?
use a lightsaber?
Or what if he just used like the Force to like hold the lightsaber and didn't have to do a whole bunch of cool flips?
That'd be kind of cool, I guess.
I don't know. It like whenever I watched it, I remember watching it for the first time. Like, why is that little guy spinning so much? It's crazy.
You're probably like 4.
I laughed.
You were one of the people that I yelled at whenever I left episode 2.
Why?
I left the theater and I was like, "It's not fucking funny that he's fighting." And I got really mad that people were laughing.
That didn't happen.
It did.
I don't believe you.
Brooks, I got mad.
Really?
Brooks can confirm that.
That's funny as fuck.
I'm pretty sure Brooks was there.
There's that memory again. I have really bad memory, so I can't make fun of you for it.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So also Chewbacca, R2, and C-3PO are on my honorable mentions.
Yeah. I was going to have Maul at number 1, but I had an issue with all of my characters on my honorable mentions. I just feel like I don't know enough about to even say anything about their character. You know what I mean?
Here we go.
Like General Grievous, he's so badass, but I know nothing about him.
I guess he's badass.
And he died so easily.
He had asthma.
Yeah.
He had really bad asthma.
The reason he did that is because like he was made of like all these like spare parts basically, so they wanted to portray him as more of like not like a perfect, like they didn't have the art of creating sentience perfectly. You know what I mean? Can you at least acknowledge you understand what I'm saying?
I mean, he had asthma.
Right, because he wasn't like perfectly made. He was made of a bunch of spare parts.
Yeah, he had asthma real bad. He should have had an inhaler in one of his 6 hands.
Darth Maul could have been one of the most badass characters of all time, but he was just a fucking throwaway in the first movie.
I guess. I don't know. What was so cool about him?
I don't know. He just looked cool. He had a double fucking lightsaber. Why did he get a double lightsaber and no one else did?
Yeah, I don't know. Because you have to make your lightsaber. He's the only one that could make a double-sided one.
So he was created enough to make a double-sided one, but like...
No one else could think of that, really. Because everyone else... I guarantee a lot of other people tried, but they kept running into the problem when they would turn it on, they'd stab themselves with the one end. They couldn't figure it out.
So people have made the second one.
You
just die.
You never see them.
They die instantly.
Yeah. They normally get buried with their lightsabers. All right, let's go with our fan list. Let's see what fans submitted. Hey, look, Brooks submitted one.
No way.
At Captain America with 2 A's at the end.
Wait, is there anyone else who submitted one?
No. His number 5 is Finn.
Finn.
His number 4 is Luke. His number 3 is C-3PO.
C-3PO.
His number 2 is Chewbacca.
Do you think C-3PO is gay?
Yes. His number 2 is Chewbacca, and his number 1 is Han Solo, which I could have told you that. His list is very seems very the way it should be. Those are some good characters.
Yeah.
His honorable mentions are Lando, R2, Obi-Wan, and Admiral Thrawn.
Lando. Brooks, are you excited about the Lando casting? Tweet at us. I'm curious.
Shut up, Gable. Okay, so next week's top 5 will be top 5 remakes.
Top 5 remakes. Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I didn't consult you, I just did it.
That's fine. I generally have a bad opinion about things anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, Princess Bride sucked.
That's a bad opinion.
Might bump it down to a 3.
So I went to Wizard World this past weekend.
Was it good?
No, it was awful.
It was. They probably had a whole bunch of vendors and you had a good time, right?
They didn't have any cool vendors. All the vendors sucked. My cousin got to sit on top of that black nightlight from How to Train Your Dragon. What's his name? Night Whisperer.
Toothless.
Toothless. Yeah, him. He got to sit on top of Toothless.
He nailed it.
Toothless was huge too.
The dragon species does have a name. I can't remember it. It's something like what you said.
Like that.
It's Night Fury.
Night Fury.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's it. So
Sky Fury.
I met Finn Balor.
Skyrim.
Finn Balor from the NXT and the WWE now.
Did he have like the Venom thing on him?
Nah.
Dude, I used to think all those shirts were Venom shirts until you had me watch NXT and I was like,
He was nice. Oh, because he's out because he's injured. I was like, how's your arm dude? He's like, oh, it's good, thanks. I'm like, that was great interaction. Thanks for that.
Better? Do you feel better?
No.
Did he feel better? You should
and then we got to the table for the autograph, and I was like, so, are we ever going to get an actual Balor Club or Bullet Club or whatever?
And
he was like, I'm working on it, man. He's like, I'm working on it. I was like, dude, I've been waiting since like January, and he laughs. He's like, I've been waiting a lot longer than that, brother. I was like, all right. That was interesting.
So what exactly is that? A Balor Club?
There's this faction that was in Japan called the Bullet Club. It was a bunch of guys that were really cool. And they signed basically almost all of them to WWE. So everyone's like, oh my god, they're going to do a club in WWE. It's going to be so cool. They did nothing.
That's dumb.
They just didn't. Yeah,
WWE
really
sucks.
Yeah, they really do.
They're like the NFL, but they suck more.
And then I got a figure signed by Jonathan Frakes.
Yeah, that guy.
Panels were alright.
No vendors, though. Vendors weren't there.
The vendors were lame.
At least you got a horror hoodie out of it.
Yeah, you're a dick. It was a pretty... the last year's was way better, and I talked to the one guy. I don't know if they're going to come back next year. Because on Saturday, it was like fucking dead, which is one of their busiest days. There was hardly anyone there, it seemed. And the one guy, I was like, man, not a big turnout this year. Like, one of the guys that was running it. He's like, yeah. I was like, well, it doesn't help that a bunch of your guests can't. So he's like, yeah, it's just a bad time of the year. Like, everyone's filming. Like, the wrestlers, like, no one's injured, really. And they're overseas when they're UK tour, so I couldn't get any more wrestlers.
Uh-huh.
He's like, it was just a bad time for guests. And I was like, yeah, I can see that.
Huh.
So, He's like, hopefully we can come back next year. I like this convention center a lot. And I'm like, yeah. So I know they're going to come back.
So this was the Pittsburgh Convention Center?
David L. Lawrence Convention
David
Center.
L. Lawrence.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, it was pretty lame. But Foggy was there again. Elton Henson.
Did you get his autograph?
No, but I'm going to tell the Foggy story finally.
The Foggy story. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
Jackie, who we work with, absolutely despises the character because she says all he does is just whine, and he's a little whiny bitch. And she hates him. So whenever I met him in Chicago, I walked up and got his autograph, and I was like, hey, just so you know, my one friend just hates you. Hates your character. And she says, all you do is just whine all the time. She says, you're such a whiny bitch. And he's like, dude, I tell the fucking writers, he's like, I tell the fucking writers every day, why are you going to make my character whine so much? Like, all I do is complain. He's like, they don't listen, though. He's like, I keep trying. So it's pretty funny. He completely agreed with her.
Wow.
His character whines a lot.
Awesome.
Yeah. He was really nice, too. He was really cool.
Yeah, he seems like he'd be a cool guy.
Yeah.
Except his character is whiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Let's see here. What else we got? You know something you got to say about that Pogo bullshit?
Pogo? Yeah, I forget what I had to say about that. Dude, so I guess recently for Pokemon Go, I'm like one of the only people who still plays it. I feel, but
that's weird.
I mean, there's
Did someone predict that?
Yeah, you did. Dude. So they're. Like I said before, they announced that they only had like 5% of the game done when they put it out.
I'm just imagining Gable being the only person that logs into play and has like all the gyms because no one else is playing anymore. He's like, come on, everyone, let's play Pokemon Go. And everyone's like, shut up, Gable.
Basically. Yeah, but I get there's barely any changes that have been done. The only changes that have been made have I feel been made it worse. Like there's a speed limit on like getting stops now, so if you're driving, you can't get the Pokestops when you're driving by, and the only stops that are by, like, a lot of people have this issue, the only stops that are by my house are like a mile and a half down the road, so I'd have to walk a mile and a half down the road to get these stops, which are also like a half mile apart. So
why don't you drive to it and stop and sit there? Okay,
well, I could do that. I'm still walking a half mile to get to each one, but the main issue I have with this is that it's on a main road, so I'd have to walk back and forth on a main road. I'd have to set aside like 2 to 3 hours of my day to walk back and forth on a main road. I don't want to do that.
Is it a main road?
It's a main road. Dude, there are cars flying by at like 40, 50 miles an hour, and I'm like, I don't want to be walking this close to the road right now.
So are these stops in a place on the road where you can't stop your car?
One's in like a parking lot for like a park, and the other one's outside of a church.
Why don't you just drive to them?
I mean, I could, but I won't be able to get the steps to hatch the eggs or anything. I mean, I could drive to them and keep doing that. That's fine, but like at the same time, I want to be able to get the steps. And if you go too fast, it stops you from getting the stops. I mean, that's not that big of a deal because they fixed it so that you get more items for each stop. So I could like just stop at one, get a shit ton of things and whatever. But yeah, the only improvements have been for the worse on this game. So anyway,
I don't know if I call it an improvement.
So now maybe there's 10% of the game. If they had 5% out of the game whenever it came out, now they have 10% of the game finished. We'll say, right? They found in the code there's people who like go through the app and like check the codes and stuff. They're already putting in codes for the second generation of Pokemon to be put in. Why are you worried about the second generation of the game when you only have 10% of the game done?
Oh boy.
Why are you getting
the other 90% is just more characters?
They're getting so far ahead of themselves in this fucking game. They don't even have it finished yet. We don't have the legendaries for any of the like people who know Pokemon know that like the fucking legendaries were like the big build up to the end of the game or the end of like one series of the game. We don't have any of the legendaries. There's still like some of the other Pokemon that are missing from the regular lineup, and they have like nothing done. And like the game was announced like 2 years ago, and between the year of it being announced and the year it came out, they have 5% of their game done. You're telling me?
What does any of this have to do with you hitting my foot just now?
I'm sorry.
I'm kidding.
I'm sorry.
You actually answered my question. I was going to ask you if they've been adding Pokemon. So I guess not.
No. Like, the Ditto, which is this Pokemon that can take shape, like a visual shape of any other Pokemon.
He's like the Shang Tsung of Pokemon,
and then,
right?
Yeah.
Like in Mortal Kombat, he can morph into any
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is. I'm explaining it to you.
I know.
Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat. You never played Mortal Kombat?
I had one of them. I don't know which one I had. It was for PlayStation.
You know how like characters have special moves like down, forward, A, throws a snowball.
Yeah.
Well, like Shang Tsung, he has a combination for every single character. You can morph into their character for 10 seconds and play as the other character.
And like use their moves and stuff?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So he sounds like the dildo of Mortal Kombat.
He's Ditto is not in the game yet. None of the legendaries are game, and I think there's, 3, 4, 5 of them? Huh. I know. They don't really seem to know what they're doing.
How many more Pokemon do you have to catch?
Me personally?
Yeah.
I think 30.
Why, you suck! How many do you have?
Like 110.
You don't have them all yet? I got
40.
I got 95 Sling Kongs in about a week.
Yeah. You're good at that game.
I'm just saying.
Sling Kong's fun as fuck. We're promoting that shamelessly right now.
Yeah.
Everyone go play Sling Kong.
Are you gonna talk about the gay Gothams?
Yeah. So Gotham, the show Gotham. Dave, you were real excited about this news. Gotham took one of the main characters, the Penguin, from Batman,
and had him be portrayed by George Takei.
I mean, they might as well have, because it wouldn't have expressed the character any better. The Penguin, have you ever thought of the Penguin as being like a sexual character, even thinking about sex?
I thought he might like put his umbrella in his butt every now and then.
Do you think the Penguin at any point thought romantically of another person?
Catwoman in Batman Returns.
Okay, besides Batman Returns, because Tim Burton's fucking weird.
Probably not.
No, I don't think he ever romantically got involved with even a woman, let alone now they're having him
women.
They're secretly having it so that he has these feelings for Edward Nygma that he needs to express. He wants to express his feelings for Edward, but doesn't know how.
Was he born Enigma, or did he change his name to Enigma? That's really quite a coincidence.
I think he was born Edward Nygma.
What choice did he have than to be the Riddler?
Yeah.
It's bullshit. His parents are assholes.
He was destined.
Yeah.
Destined.
So the Penguin is now a fudge packer.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to be derogatory about it.
I'm not being derogatory.
No, I know.
I'm just joking.
I know. We do everything simply as jokes here.
Tom Cruise is a fudge packer in South Park, but he's not gay. He's a Scientologist. Why does it have to be gay?
Yeah, dude, I don't know. There's a good way to do things, and then there's a bad way to do things. The
bad way to do it is to take an established character and make them gay just to have a gay character.
Yeah, they had it that Edward was basically his consultant in the show, and he trusted him, and then, like, out of absolutely nowhere, he's like, he's like, this is it. I'm going to express my feelings for Edward. And then Edward comes and starts talking about this girl that he likes, and then now he's like, "Oh no, I can't tell him how much I love him now." I'm like, this is so dumb.
He didn't know that he was straight?
Dude, there were no even hints that he was gay in the first place.
I'm saying he didn't know that Riddler was straight until that moment?
I guess not. Dude, I would understand more if Riddler was gay, because he kind of like has like this real gay look to him.
If any character should be gay, it's Poison Ivy. I mean, granted, she should be older in the show.
She has sexual encounters with Harley Quinn in the comics.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to take a character and make him gay, take one that's already been established as gay like that. Don't change characters.
Supergirl right now.
She's a lesbian?
Remember they announced that one of the main characters was going to come out as gay?
No.
We read the fucking article on the show.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
I don't remember.
One of the characters on a CW show was going to come out as gay.
We didn't read it.
You don't remember that at all?
We didn't read it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I knew then, whenever I read the article, I was like, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Supergirl's sister. And now Supergirl's sister has been friends with this cop, and they the cop was a lesbian, and she just broke up with her girlfriend, and you can see that her sister, who's never expressed any romantic feelings for anyone, is starting to think that she might be gay.
Isn't that like illegal though?
But they did it well for the character. They built it up so that like she's trying to figure herself out. Not like, oh my god, I have this creepy obsession with one of the other characters on the show.
Isn't that illegal though?
What? What is what?
Because Supergirl's her sister. They can't be lesbians together.
Not her sister, a cop, like this cop lady. Why are you doing this to me?
Why are you doing this to me?
Why do you do this to me?
What am I doing?
I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Like Supergirl, on Supergirl, they're doing it like real well. Whereas in Gotham must have heard that they were making one of the characters gay, and like, we have to be progressive too. Let's pick a character. We're gonna make him gay. We're gonna make him gay. We'll show them. Gotham is awful. You know why?
Oh boy.
You know why? Why is the X-Men and Fantastic Four bad?
Because they're not written very well.
But no. Why is it bad? Who owns it?
Marvel?
I hate you.
Is it Paramount?
It's Fox. It's fucking Fox.
Oh, it's Fox.
Dude, Fox owns Gotham.
Owns Deadpool.
Fox also owns Gotham.
Fox owns Deadpool.
The Fox is not allowed to touch Deadpool though. Yeah, Fox is just fucking destroying things.
So what about so that's all you have to say about Gotham is that it sucks?
Gotham sucks. I used to watch it every week. Like, I was excited every week when it came out. And now they just, I don't know, the stories are fucking stupid on there now. On the last episode, one of the characters, Mad Hatter, picked up the phone and was holding this girl her life ransom, and called James Gordon. And Mad Hatter starts talking about how he's going to kill her and stuff, and James Gordon just hangs up, and he's like, hang up. I'm like, why did he just hang up whenever this guy's could probably just kill this girl? Like, it doesn't make any... No.
That's retarded. I hate the show. What about The Flash? You like that show?
Flash is really good. Supergirl's really good.
You've been watching a lot of The Flash, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been keeping up with that. They're making it... Dude, you like fucking time travel shows? Movies?
I don't like Flashpoint.
This TV show? Flashpoint? I never watched it.
I was talking about the Flashpoint storyline in Flash.
You never even watched it. Dude, as far as like Flashpoint, like being compared to the actual comic, the Flashpoint, it wasn't good compared to the comic, but for the show itself, the storyline is working out really well.
Yeah, I don't know. I watched parts of Flash. No, this isn't a Flashpoint, but I watched parts of Flash, and just like from what I saw of it, I just like wasn't digging it.
I'll explain this to you now. So Flash had to let his mom. It was important for his mom to die in order for him to become the Flash and everything to work out.
Yeah, I know what happens.
At the end of season 2, he goes back, saves his mom, and things start to change. Well, in the first episode, dude, the whole Flashpoint like storyline is like technically over by the end of like the first or second episode. He goes back, he has the Reverse Flash, who was the original one who killed his mom, held captive, and it was really cool. And that he had to beg. He had to ask. He had to go. You watch this scene. He has to go and ask the Reverse Flash. He's like, I need you to kill my mother. But like, at first he was like, oh, I need you to do it. I'm going to let you go. He's like, but I want to hear you say it. I want you to say what you want me to do. He's like, I want you to kill my mother. And that moment was like really fucking... really dark.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was I wish you watched it.
My problem with The Flash is like in a lot of these CW shows, this is like Dawson's Creek with superheroes.
Yeah,
it's a lot of like sitting around and talking about stuff that I don't care what they're talking about.
They do
a lot of it.
They do dabble a lot in their personal lives. Like it's a teenager drama, and that's what it is. It's they're trying to get the female viewer as well. So I mean, I understand why they do it, but
that's enough. We're done. We're done. That's it. I'm tired of this bullshit. Hey, what's up? I'm just kidding.
I didn't even get to finish explaining what they did with the time travel.
Oh, you should probably finish that.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah. Yeah, but he has to go back in time. Well, they go back in time, kills his mother, but when he comes back, it's not fixed.
Oh.
So there's still issues because you can never go back to that same timeline because there's one timeline, then the fixed timeline, but that other timeline's been erased. So there's a whole new timeline now that he's like trying to deal with, and there's like a villain who's trying to merge the Flashpoint timeline with the current timeline, and
that doesn't make any sense.
It does.
You can't merge timelines.
He's a villain.
Okay, cool.
That's like his like thing.
You can't merge timelines.
Yeah. It's a good show. I recommend it to people.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Do you have anything else?
Nope.
All right, let's finish up then.
All right, we're finishing up then.
All right. Follow us on Twitter at BreakroomBS1. That's at BreakroomBS and the number 1.
Yeah, dude, you did it.
SoundCloud, our page is BreakroomBS. Just all one word, BreakroomBS. Yeah, comment. We definitely want some feedback. We get like 0 feedback.
And download or stream our shows. You can just search for the show as well. Just Breakroom Bullshit will find our shows. Yeah,
you don't have to go to our Twitter page if you're listening off our Twitter page. Just come back to SoundCloud every week. You can download the SoundCloud app and just listen to us through there on your phone.
Yeah.
If you're someone who likes to listen in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, we're leaving then.
Yeah, sorry we suck.
Yeah, sorry about that. Bye, everyone.